Morning. Yeah, man. Afternoon. Good evening. Good night. When you get there. Wagwan. Wagalan. Yeah, man. Hey, man, let me tell you something. Andrew, on this. The key what you're doing, let me tell you before, you know. I have an idea. You figure, how am you? I'm going to know right to start late because you know, so me out. I go on, yes. I go and celebrate today and thing and come in. But me still have to run and take time to come hammer you same way. Yes. Me tell you, so we not ease up, you know. You don't know that already, man. All right. So this morning, now look on 4 Jamaica, 4 leaders, white leaders of Jamaica, past leaders, white, same 4. And Jamaica full of white people too, you know. Because Darrell Valls, no black, you know, and him wife, just look on them, them are white people here. Him mother American too, yeah? Yes. But yeah, one of them, when I suppose Stephen depend nothing at all, the one in Busta Seaga, that's a piece of shit. Busta shit too, you know. So them destroy the country. But Eddie the verse. I mean, humanly, as Jamaica, then build up Jamaica. Build it up. Build it up. Yeah? But we notice from 1960, Busta is a destructive force. But Eddie come and emerge. Eddie not supposed to even at the hey, let me tell you, another joke me I make. It's when these drunk crowd we run out and talk about Marky G, who are Jamaican. And them talk about white man, you have to fling it back at them face, them too stink. Same way them used to call the bus when Patterson carried it. You remember when them used to call it? When I forgot. No short memory on here, so. We see them run all the mag upon the bus. And them used to call the bus this, you know, look here. Before me even start. Remember I saw them call the bus that? Remember? I wonder if you remember, say, in the 90s, I thought them used to call them, when PMP introduced the bus, them call it Chichi bus. No, me see them I use the bus, I'm ugly. Remember them not bringing nothing, you know. Where's the accomplishment? Now none. If PMP never carrying them, I'm a Busta Seaga, we just talk about take out the bus JOS in 1983. Destroyed. They might destroy everything. Bruce, that's what we're playing, you know. And them thing there, you know, hey, just look on them, and you know, I remember we have the docket for sure. I remember we live through it. Whenever God said when they come in, a chichi bus then call it. Eh? When you forgot? And you see them run up and down with the same bus them. No. Eh? Them are more chichi bus. Them people there. Hey, if you don't follow them, only if you use one of them foot to the fire with these things, they are germs. That's why we can't take them, you know, them are germs. Eh? You understand? This bad. You understand? I lie that them are tell 1.4 billion them say, you know. So you can't come to it, yes. Oh, yeah, say a treat. Less than that. Less than that for them, man. Them boss them get them for like 1,000 and a little bit of money for you. For what? No, sir. Less than that. And then they get all of them yet. But let me just show you them make. The reason why I never show you that.
Busta man is the Prime Minister. He has on.
Hold on the Busta. Hold on, nobody jump to go. No jump to go. So me look on the achievement of the PMP. Including your big up yourself. Yeah. You see, I'm not so much for them, man. Them a little bit of money, $1,000 for one and $2,000. People use them and do sport and mash them up and do all kind of things, all boss. Trick them, not try to trick people. And but a fact, me see Andrew the way them desperate, then carry the little insect, a creature. I call up Marky G and say spend 500,000 and it's see a Marky G career with 500,000. You can't believe this? And when you look, Andrew are the biggest mix up, you know, and the biggest piece of shit, you know. Yes, man. And the biggest garbage. So I could look on PMP. I look on some of the things that my PMP do and tell me if I know this world of Jamaica. I could look on this first. Before we go to Busta. Busta don't jump the gun. Look here.
Look on the legacy of the PMP. Let me see this. PMP legacy project by leader. This is Norman Mandel's administration.
I remember Norman Mandel was a premier. And the amount of thing him do, even the stadium, Even Portmore, you know, build the Causeway Bridge. Listen, the amount of things when man they do, I just some of them are sure. Some. And they will roll over to Busta as white Jamaica. Not expect the alien Seaga was a CIA agent. So we never run out with white to never flush them with these things, yeah? We never talk about white man who's a piece of shit. Piece of shit. We take a living white American. See there? People are getting all over the place. You take a white American come destroy Jamaica, nearly kill Bob Marley, did I try assassinate Michael Manley, burn down Evening Tide Home, hey, build shower posse, and una talk about white one is a piece of shit. Come on now. Eh? You see me I say, me go look for Busta, voila.
Alright, so Norman Manley, Administration, Bank of Jamaica 1, National Stadium 2, JBC, you see it's TV now and them thing there, okay. UTEC, that I can
Yes, it is.
Social Development Commission, SDC, Family Jamaica, Welfare, Common Entrance.
Look on this. You notice anything with school and for uplift for people. When the father carry it out, and the son have to come finish carry it. When the father put out, and the son finish come carry it, and Micheal. And then it run through the PMP, yes, all the time. But when them do them brainwash the people, then because the PMP don't really blow a hand, you know, and say we do this and do this. Because really, you know, you go forward each time. See? So we look on white leaders of the past. Where we are telling us Seagas and no, that to come off our money to exalt him that piece of shit. Bust that way, you know. And Andrew verse. Andrew verse and Bruce, Andrew the verse one. It's a piece of shit too. A big piece. Yes. Verse. Continue.
PEP. Scientific Research Council. Beach Control Authority.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Foundation and Development of Negril.
Oh, you see the foundation, look there. Negril itself. The foundation and development of Negril come from Norman. Yes? Look on the PIOJ. Family National Planning Agency. Look here.
The PIOJ, formerly the National Planning Agency. Okay. Revocation of the bicycle tax. Universal adult suffrage.
Look on this. That you can't get for vote. Hey, let me tell you something. This is Norman. These are the things you want to see where the people are living by. I remember if you never have land and you know why you couldn't vote. But you might one of them come from the privilege and do this. Busta never want to read and write, you know. Them have nothing to do with school. Them have things to do with handout. Tell about saltfish and all kind of things. Everything destructive that them do. And then play a PR card for morning. PR. All right. Continue.
Christiana High School, Marant B High School, 1930 Trade Union Act. Okay.
You notice the one of them not care when them there. Them always are build schools. Always are do something to educate the nation. You notice? These are the things we are talking about achievement. We are going to look for Busta after this. No, hold on.
See, Michael Mandano, GC first.
Remember Norman do more. Norman do more. Michael do enough more. But go on, man.
The NHT, backside levy, okay. The deregulation of the foreign exchange market, okay. College of Agriculture, Science and Education, that are
yes.
Case.
What one this?
Jamal. JFLL, CMU, CMI, okay. The Port Authority of Jamaica, okay.
The Port Authority of Jamaica. Me tell you, say, and on a serious note, these people do some serious thing to uplift the country. And I'm more talk for make up people them, you know, uneducated and can't tell them bullshit and give them $5 grand and some food. But I'm ask them to do them research. Don't follow these nastiness. When them talk about white man, you have a CIA in a mix. When a born a Jamaica, and I like him born in a day. You know, one of the things the island, you know, one of the things the country where we go. Right? Him born in America. Shouldn't be a prime minister. Him should be in your politics. You can't say, you know, you can't be a prime minister. You're not supposed to happen. You can't be a president to ban in Jamaica in America. Impossible. It's not in legislation. Cannot. Yeah? See? This bad man. Yeah? Continue. Yes.
The National Youth Service. Petrojam.
The National Youth Service, you know. And other things when them come up when I talk about art, youth and training this. It was there. Train up everybody and make stipend and everything. Yes. See? All right. Look here. Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica. Look on this. The family planning. Me not tell you say the man, can you know just why just bugger one decent family planning and them thing. Man, the amount of thing them doing, it's unbelievable, you know. At the foundation of Jamaica. That's the foundation of Jamaica. These people are go through everyday life and them don't even know so these people build the foundation of Jamaica. That's what we tell Andrew come put up with him do. Yes.
Corporation of Jamaica. Okay. National Family Planning Board. The National Family Court.
The family court the next great one because they have some man, some deadbeat daddy. When they go around them just want, you know, and them not do nothing and them think they so that no stand up for the ladies there. Yeah? For the ladies then. Me by Monday do this. You know what I go say? He might bill one bag of things to take me to the arbiter king. But that was lie. Show me one way bill. I say I go them do go send go show Bob Marley. And it documented too, you know. So because Bob Marley, or Micheal, and he must sing the song about liberation and I sing against the imperialists. The man say, oh, what a rat race. Them get Egypt. So them say and shoot him, who them use a Seaga. He made the anchor man with dead man, Queenie, the one of them, Cougar, the one of them that on there, you know. The one of them on him. Them they're the anchor people. We don't know how them in this. See? Them that destroy Jamaica. Yeah? All right. Watch this. Continue. Continue.
Gun Court. Edna Mandy College for the Visual and Performing Arts. Okay. The Greater Portmore Housing Development.
Yes.
Okay. Jamaica Backside Institute. JBI.
Okay.
The NWC.
NWC, National Water Commission. Me tell you, say, him do the what National Water Commission too, you know. Yes? So when the man went up and hey, the man do some things, can we have a little water thing, yes, and a little, so him come with that. You understand? The amount of thing this man come with, and Seaga, come and make you know some man there mash up Jamaica. Look where him can mash up, and this what you live by now. When you look at it, Angel live, and a cut river and every minute, you figure away, man. You're an insect. You can't trick who you can't trick, brother. Go ahead, man. Man, I ain't second, man. Look here. Let's look on this.
Garvey Masio High School, Bridgeport, Waterford, Mona.
So you see where my bill over there, though? Eh? Yes. You see where my bill? In that time, that's all. Watch out.
Robert Morrison Tech, repeal of the Master and Servant Act.
What's this?
Repeal of the Bastard.
The Bastard Act.
Bastard Act. Right of union representation in the
workplace. Because you never have the right of human representation back then, yeah? Yes. You must bring that.
Women.
Equal pay for women, people. And maternity leave. Look at the man check for all them female, man. Eh? Say I go just dismantle a lot of things. But them things are where you live off right now, what Jamaica run off right now. Right? No. But as I run through, I don't know show the white leaders, but it I run through what PMP, the achievement for them do. Them I want more on them show. You can't show me some bus. But only see a man double chichi bus. And when you replace the bus, your video it and I say, we on bus after bus. You fucking idiots. You want germs. Go trick some other people, brother. Eh? Bus after bus. House. Don't tell, see, there wasn't trust on them things. Don't tell me about houses neither. You can't. Eh? Don't tell me about water commission neither. You can't. See? But yes, still you have to the money that turn. Hey, I'm play Seaga. We soon play them. I'm sure you're Busta them the tune. Continue.
Maternity leave with pay, national minimum wage.
The minimum wage. We never even know some man they come in with one of them things, I know. Because why that you know? Why that you know? If a man take care of work and them give one they could 2 pants thing and them thing. No. See, them man never work for the big boys them. When them come out, them now with listen. Micheal Manley and Norman man that them even have 0.1% of what Andrew owners have. When you never do a job in idea in life but cut ribbon, you know. And that's not a job. And tell lie. Tell lie and cut ribbon. Eh? The man has scholar and father, lie. The man, listen me. See? One is about a job in life yet. But tell Pierre and cut ribbon. Yeah, ambition companies, not legal. Very illegal things. It must even depend on the ballot, must just walk up and down and tell people more like. See, these are the things where them go study. And when you come now, you can't tell me, say, oh, we build highway. Highway, say I go fight against highway when it's a bill. If you just continue as a government. Me ask you, just show me achieve one of your achievements. You can't. You can't. Continue.
Lowering of voting age to 18, universal access to secondary education.
Universal access, lower the voting age. Remember, my father come in with universal adult suffrage, you know. With adult suffrage, that you can't vote, you know. But it was 21. We don't have land, you have to have money and get your rights. In father do that. See? So now, man. Look, I'm going to go to PJ. I'm going to run through and I'll show you something quick.
Okay, let me see PJ now. Administration. Highway 2000, toll road, infrastructure, okay. Deregulation of the telecom industry. Okay.
Okay.
Depositor insurance scheme, tourism enhancement fund, part, that's the part program. National Health Fund, okay. Jamaica drugs for the elderly program, JDIP, okay.
When you see the JDIP when I run pan a talk about the whole I know, I'm going to put them on JDIP and when you look, if another PMP come in with the same social safety net to all now. See, I go move and go on a free food ticket. Look.
JUTC, Office of Utility Regulation. Oh.
JUTC, the one that call Chichi Bus. I do not show me about bus and Darrell Pumpa Zamagle. Bus on, bring and bus. Go away. It's a piece of shit. You think you can't chicken about that? Replace them.
You are Emancipation Park, license of the Jamaica Used Car Importers Association.
All right, look on this, the next big one now. You see that? First time you have some man bringing some Christian and you couldn't buy a car. You couldn't have a phone. But when you free up something like this, what Patterson do, it make the whole of them when you see a drive now, put a taxi, you have a bike and you can go, you know, you do your local work, this and you have a truck and you, it make the hard Jamaican can own them one vehicle now. How much people have car now? These are the things when you talk about, you have to come with bold step where it enable a lot of people to go through and gain something and balance you. This is what them do. Not Andrew Owness, not Seaga, not none of them. Seaga shouldn't have our money. Seaga shouldn't even have their Jamaica. I'll say them not bury him then either. Yeah? You understand? Look on this. The used car thing that a great thing to, you know, look again, Rural
Agriculture Development Agency, rather.
And then the same people them are talking about 18.5 years now. Hey, they don't do nothing, PMP might own a fufu. Yes, so now I get 2 little chicken from water and some of the little things and things. You don't know what's a participant carry through. You never know that. Yeah, and them carry man. Yes. Them carry man. PMP carry participant Monday and Portia.
Spectrum Management Authority, National Environmental and Planning Agency, NEPA.
See NEPA there? We don't want
National Resource and Conservation Agency. Vocational Training Development Institute in Sport,
Yes.
the National Housing Development Corporation,
The NHDC.
the Greater Portmore Housing Development too.
Again.
I'm a part of that too. Yeah, okay. Upgrade of junior secondary school to secondary high school. Yes, remember.
So if them expansion always a top school. Me tell you, it's a different set of people, Always push education. Watch it.
That too. Hope Road expansion, Washington Boulevard expansion, Cumberland High, Ascot High, Greater Portmore High, Jamaica Police College.
So the police college, you see it? And just fix a station, but deal with a college. Where they got trained.
Sport Complex, the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, Halfway Tree Transport Center, Sabina Park, Upgrade, Trelawney Multipurpose Stadium, Falmouth Cruise Shipping Pier, road improvement and upgrade from Negril to Port Antonio, National Commission of Science and Technology, liberalizing the telecommunication sector, about this liberalizing, Portia Miller, Agley Park flyover, Mandela Highway expansion, Marcus Garvey Drive expansion, Constant Spring Road expansion, Western Jamaica Children and Adolescent Hospital.
Yes.
Resetting and strengthening of Jamaican economy and its economic fundamentals. IMF, okay. And this decriminalization of marijuana.
Plus more, All right. So me just show you something.
Look on the leg.
Yes, down. Me just show you something. I gotta look on the leaders them. This. So me know where Norman do. I'm see where him set. And him set more. I'm gonna show you a few of them. Let me look on Busta now. Let me look on a Busta Manti. Because when him come in, he make one bag of thing and go on one bag of thing. But let me look on him also. This is a Busta legacy.
Want to know? I do facts check, right? All right, so
Busta legacy.
Bring in all Rastas, dead or alive. Alexander Bustamante.
It's a Busta legacy.
Today is the 59th anniversary of the Bad Friday. The 1963 Coil Garden Massacre in Jamaica, where over 150 Rastafarians were hunted, prosecuted, detained, imprisoned, beaten, tortured, and murdered under the order of Alexander Bustamante, former Prime Minister, right? Yeah, man.
I'm going to stop this. I'm going to play places like this thing, I typically encourage and RNC, I pay them things and them do. You understand? Minimum wage. All right, thank you, Michael. So, you see, when the minimum wage, when you give somebody like that, you might say, you can't give them no lower than this. So, time and time when it come in, you for us expand and go on. But me ask Andrew for some what I'm doing, Remember, me have the docket, me know what the PMP do, Me know what the JLP do, what them not doing, Remember, them can't go in my head, So they like me sit and me not do tabloid. Me know better. So me want people for them one research. That's why you see my show. Look here what me I do. We come, we sit down, do my show. Want people do them research. Don't go in over there and don't come up with one bag of bullshit. So you see this? This is Alexander thing. And by 64, I'm retired. Move from, and they documented. Can me have the one? Me show it before. It documented. Yeah? And then one used to run things, see, was the minister, all him need to do is just a boom boom, and you run everything after that. Yeah? You understand? So this, how him do. A matter of fact, when Sangster dead, because Sangster went up and down, but when Sangster dead better than them still, Yeah. You understand? Send Congo, man. Send Congo, man. If you have them, You understand? If you have them. Send Congo. Yes. See? So this more than bad. Yeah. Him art is emerged at the training center and them thing there, Yeah. Yes. Man. John. So when them do them just say art. But look what art stand for. And they don't know say, okay, at the same training center, but them just say art and the training with them and you just say art and you just take it over. Like you just get a package. Oh, me create this. So nobody never did it. You never have apprenticeship. You never have none of them things about 1970s. You hear that? We never have nobody that would have punk corner 70s. Nah. Nah. And I said to go. And I said you used to go better. Do them never in no hole and all kind of things. Zin? Yeah. And we have community centers. We can't get them. We have a football field and we have parks. And then you used to take care of parks. Can you imagine Jamaica around that you have to take care of park with the nice flowers them and it have the grass and everything on the bench where you sit down? You can do a little picnic in the park. Yeah. Him rebrand the thing. And then tell me you don't do nothing better. You have to go away, man. See? So this are him. This are Busta. And some other thing about Busta do, because Busta don't. Some other thing about Busta do it unbelievably. Let me play this for one man say about your Busta. Yeah.
What the Prime Minister said.
Busta Manti is the Prime Minister. He has on a cream serge pants, a striped blue shirt with white background. He has on a black water boot, and the bottom of it red. He had a 22 in his side. And him say to the police them, anyway you see one or two, bring them in, dead or alive. And what 14 Barnett Street cannot hold, Borg will hold them.
And Borg is a cemetery.
Yes, ma'am. No mercy never sure to Rasta at that time. Busta Manti look upon the people and say, Busta say, if him don't kill out the Rasta people and ganja out of Jamaica, God was blind him. It's a judgment upon the land.
Fireman.
God.
The big man of all man. Look here, man.
Far Blessed be the God of Jacob, who live forever.
You hear them thing, Busta them terribly, you know. But Seaga come beat him. Seaga shouldn't even depend. Seaga shouldn't depend the ballot. Shouldn't even have a country, much as a run. Him Russell power from Shera in 1974. After Manti beat him 72. Russell the leadership. That's why when him come in, him give Shera deputy leader, deputy prime minister, deputy leader. See? And then him start with him antics. So I could look on some Amanda thing them. I could look on some Amanda thing them right now. You Amanda talk to them. So Amanda talk to them. See? Well, look on
Hear me! I have altered the balance of power in Jamaica in favor of the black and the poor. And I have no apologies to history. You walk with a pride today you never had before because of my work, and nothing will turn that back in Jamaican history. Nothing will turn it back.
I know. But hey, them thing that touch me, you know. I want them the people them righteous in the head. When you see a man come to the same alter the balance in favor of the back and the poor, him come from up there, so. Him dead, you say him poor. Him the mind. Because when you're dead, you don't have nothing. So the richest set of man, them when them dead, them poor, they don't have nothing. You can't carry nothing. All riches gone away from you. Your life gone. I'm going to tell you, your worst time, everybody else will live. Them have breath, you know, have none. Them have breathing soul, you know breathe again. That gone. You hear what I'm saying though? But all them have fight for the black and the poor. Him have fight for the big boys, them, you know. And for them. See, I will come and say him take the habit and put in a Cuban habit and boy, I can turn it in. These things that was like. These things was like. This is a white Jamaican. Same way. You hear him though? Now show me say I got the truth.
Labourites, hear me! I have altered the balance of power in Jamaica in favor of the black and the poor. And I have no apologies to history. You walk with a pride today you never had before because of my work, and nothing will turn that back in Jamaican history. Nothing will turn it back. Nothing will turn it back.
A man who means so much to the country. And big nose Andrew take him off. Hey, Andrew, that's why your seminar is that for you, you know. You're evil, brother. You think you could have used the either politics and then use PR and go run them money? Remember where a real man there, you can't do that, you know. You understand? You can't do that. You understand? You can't do this. Maybe hear a little part, hear this. It's what you do. You hear when I'm so close to female heart? 1976. Look here.
I'm going to tell you the thing that is closest to my heart. Housing. When a man and his loved one
This.
can look at a roof and know that it cannot leak, can know there is a room that they can put the children in,
Oh God, man.
and know that at night the children can go and sleep there in peace.
Look what Andrew do now.
It is indeed a far stretch for the government to now go and take $11 billion per year for the next year, $44 billion to use to reduce the debt.
Here it is.
Under the Holness administration, a total of 45.6 billion Jamaican dollars was removed due to an amendment to the NHD Act in 2017. This year, the government again passed legislation extending this for 5 more years, 2021 to 2026. By 2026, the Andrew Holness-led administration will have taken from NHD a total of Jamaican $102.6 billion. This is 5% of the country's GDP.
Millions taken from the NHD, yet we cannot get affordable and decent housing.
As a result of the extended period of extracting resources from the NHD, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has to increase the NHD's profitability by removing the interest rate discounts given to 3 key groups.
Public sector workers, their interest rate goes up by 1%. Persons with disabilities, their interest rate goes up by 2%. And persons 55 years and over, their interest rate goes up by 2%.
We will bring down the interest rates on mortgages, but we will use the NHD money to build housing rather than to take it back to go pay the IMF.
The government is moving full speed ahead with the controversial housing development Phase 2 of the NHD's Ruthven Towers in St. Andrew.
These changes don't feel like they were made for us, but rather for them, the government, who is really benefiting from the NHD here, eh? And all of the house them no build good. Big joke thing this man.
The NHD as an institution has outlived its purpose.
You hear this? The man said the NHC as an institution outlived its purpose. At this time, man, destroy the whole place. Destroy it. Yes. You know, this is what him do, you know. Film thing is an evil, you know. Him himself are evil. So remember still look on Sir Monday. Let me look on, we know where we are going. I have to play this, you know. The whole of this front of me, so when I just open, I see a Busta file them. So we can visit that a Seaga, this a Seaga. Can I have files, you know, people? Me have files. I have the thing them, you know, I put them in. See? Spanish Town Hospital, Sangster. Me have them, but the Sangster is the next white one. See? But me just go through them 4 there. Yeah? All right. Let me go to Manly. We know where we are going. What are they? This is 1976. I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to show the Seaga thing, volume 2. Let me just play this volume 2. Very important.
The leader then looked at the strategies of the clique.
What did the clique do? First of all, it took final control of the Jamaica Labour Party.
Yes.
And the Jamaica Labour Party is now the instrument and the yo-yo of the clique. And the Labour Party of today is not the Labour Party of 30 years ago. It is now the yo-yo of the clique. The second strategy was propaganda. And they let loose upon Jamaica the most vicious propaganda this country has ever seen.
So you see what them love? Them love the propaganda thing there from morning. Yes. They love the propaganda just run on the PR and love to this and tag people. These are the nastiness we not deal with. We know them style. The clique. You hear? You hear what I'm saying?
Propaganda this country has ever seen. Right. You are bombarded day and night with every lie and falsehood. And they watch to see if you would lose faith. And when you showed them in the by-elections of last year that you were now socialist conscious and aware and beginning the march on the road to building a socialist society, they realized the propaganda had failed. So then we had the third stage of the strategy, which was gunmanship and violence. And the guns barked.
I mean, them tell about no gunmanship and violence. See, man, you know, it's at 1976, you know. When I go up to the election, you know. You might tell about the gunmanship and violence, you know. Yeah? You understand? You might tell about the gunmanship and, you understand? Yes. Saying you tell about the gunmanship and the violence. Him tell us the gun back and the fire rage. I'm going to show you what them do. This is 1976. Because when them are coming and them burn you out too, you know. You run out and shoot you too, you know. 1976 is when them are take the thing from CIA. Seaga. Bushwatt was there. Kruger was there. The Charles, them they did it. Charles. Yes. Them did them out there. Go on this. Look from when them in the thing. Mike Henry. Right there. See? Who owns Seaga? Them there, they did out there. Queenie, they did out there too. Just look on the older one them. No for these people should have charged for treason. No two way about it. Yeah? Continue.
And the fires raged. And they hoped that in the bark of the guns and the raging of the fire that you would lose faith and turn back.
And I'd fire them use and burn down the evening tide home in a 1980. Them that burn down place, you know. You notice that people are encouraging them burn out, encouraging them burn out police station. They love light place, you know. And when they ready them light, every time in the West Kingston you see them light some market, them love burn you. Yeah? Literally they burn you. All right, hear this.
And you are meant to feel that we could not manage it. And that better you retreat. And then we put the guns and the fire under heavy management. And when they realized that had failed, they now came to the fourth and final assault against us. And that is the squeeze on the economy. The squeeze on the economy.
But I'm going to talk to you like Andrew Wallace when I do nothing. And I tell you, say, well, you have more to do, him need time. When you kill out for you, the man do all kind of things that make yourself in which a prison will want to send you go. But you need time. Time for the what? Prison have enough time down there. When you go away, now trick nobody boy. Yeah. You hear? You might tell it to the economy I get squeezed now. True. True. Continue.
And right now, you understand me plainly. Yeah. When you talk of economic sabotage, they will say to you, How do you prove it? But I will tell you what the answer is. A man who is asked to expand his business and willfully says, unless you bow to me, I will not expand it. Unless you turn back the progress, I will not expand my business. That man is also guilty of sabotage by willful non-cooperation. And there is plenty of that in Jamaica today. Understand, comrades, if the price of their expanding the business is to turn back the progress and to betray the people and betray the masses, that is a price we will never pay.
I some believe, well, I am dirt. Nah, bow. This man never bow. Walk on him foot. When you look now, a superpower and other big country fight, but look a country. With the assistant of Seaga forget power. Seaga, the Jamaica Labour Party. When I born in Jamaica, white piece of shit. When I born in Jamaica, destroy the country. And these people, Jamaica Labour Party, these people come back and talk about white, I call Marky G about white Jamaican. Seaga nothing a Jamaican. Yes, and members of the Val's mother come from America, over Puerto Rico. Remember, I'm a half American. I'm a half American. I'm a piece of shit. I'm a white man. Look at him wife here, Pumpspark. Where's she name? Woodvalls. She no black neither, you know. And the one them will laugh in this so like Chuck and the other one. They were Chinese. Full Chinese too. I remember Drunko Jacket, a white piece of shit. Remember, enough of them want to be white people may look for on Andrew, you know. And I try to use racist card. Yeah? They are trash. I'm going to show you the leaders then. I'm show you 4 white one. Yeah? Of a country. One in Jamaica, none at all. None. So when they come out and say white, just bring dirty thinking, see upon them. And big dirty thinking, Busta. And the rest, there are dirty thinking valves too. Yes? And the one of them, fling them upon them. And them 2 Chinese piece of garbage who are kill out the youth them now. One way, he might control the police, the other one control the control the police and the prison, the other one control the justice system. These 2 pieces of shit, Chinese descendants. No, them forget, dick go back to China. 2 pieces of garbage. Yes, continue.
We will never pay that price. We will never pay that price. We will never pay that price. But let them understand, we ask for the cooperation. But understand, if they will not cooperate, the socialist movement will find other ways to run the industries. Look at what
last year, he never live panelically that party, you know. In point out what they do, them take the party and turn it in a yo-yo of the clique. And then they knock the clique. Like how you say we knock them PSOJ. Them not good. You have some good one in it, but majority of them, enough of them in their juggies. When you hear about $12 billion worth of coke, and them are members of the government carrying these coke, where boss cocaine, where kill people. Continue.
We have lived through. In 1973,
yes,
we begun to feel the lash of world inflation. The prices for the wheat that you take to make the flour and use the flour to make the bread and the dumpling All of a sudden, the price go up 5 times. We couldn't do nothing about it except prepare to change the world in time. The oil prices, one lick, raised 4 times. This little country paying out $160 million a year now, more, to buy the same oil. And without the oil, you don't turn on a light, you don't run a truck, you don't start a tractor, you don't move one thing in Jamaica. Them lick us $160 million one time. All we could do is take it. They talk about efficiency. They talk about who can manage the economy. If they had been in power when those things hit us, nothing could have saved us. The only thing that saved Jamaica at that time was one thing that this government did, and that we alone could do. Because we alone were willing to fight imperialism. We alone were willing to fight the multinational corporations. We alone were willing to mobilize the bauxite producers of the world. We alone were willing to fight as leaders of the third world. And the thing that saved Jamaica was the bauxite levy.
And you know, say, when Seaga come in, him take back this and give them back. No. Right now, when I get for backside, them just take it out. Never there nothing again. Yes? You have something like that to build all kind of things. And if you buy some of them kind of windows and door, the alumina, X amount of money for it, even if we don't do that and manufacture it and sell it, we'd have better off. We sell the raw material and then import all of these things. You know, see, we have some jackets that run Jamaica, you know. No. Continue.
The bauxite levy, which was the use of the sovereign power of a third world nation to put multinational corporations under heavy manners. And that saved us for a couple of years. But then the next blow that came was the blow of the world recession. Because of the crisis in international capitalism, the bauxite market was way down. The sugar price was way down. We took a blow this year alone of the loss of $60 million of revenue. Not for our fault.
But so the man stay Andrew on this. When you say you do this and you do that, the man, if anything happen, him tell it to you point blank. That's what I listen. We are real man there, you know. Them man not go around and tell you the lie, this piece of shit. Them man don't have no time for lie. Number one, me don't know who push you. Let me tell you this too. Anybody where them for charge for treason to, you know. Remember, you know, you carry the IC guy in a court, and you're not supposed to step on the ballot, you know. Remember, Patacat run you straight round you, you know. Patacat, yeah, encamp around you, you know, brother. Patacat, encamp around you. You're not supposed to be, and this is how your criminal party, them that say, no, step down, stop, drop down the party, them are push about, leader, your backside. You can't lead anybody, man. And they pump pulpit and go around like you're innocent. You go, man. Backside, man.
Because of yet another crisis in international capitalism. And we were the victims. The sugar price collapsed as usual. Left us losing $25 million of revenue. You talk about management, if we had not the bauxite levies to protect us, even when the production was down, Jamaica would have been bankrupt 2 years ago. And when those things hit us, comrades, you tell me what you would have us do. I remember when I went around Jamaica to you in your tens of thousands, in every parish of Jamaica, and I explained the economic crisis to you. I told you the blow that this little country that had suffered so much before was being asked to endure again. And I remember we put the choice to you, and I, we talked about it together. And I said the choice was simple. We can either look at thousands of children and put them back out. We can take all the schools that are building and stop.
Well, Andrew tell about who we buy. The police, this we never need to. Because the police was sufficient back then, before Seaga come with one, because we have to build with school and the people them never done so better. They have to go to school and they might eat until there is no reason for you not to be in school. If you go every road and ask anybody about that, then you eat that and Joe. You go any road. Let me tell you this. You have the bicycle. Post office, red bicycle them. Come drop mail. Even if a country, them have them to come here back so them go drop mail. You have the red van too, you know. Ask them. The postman come with a letter at your yard. Yeah? Everybody have no, me never see nobody cast light, you know. In the 70s, you know. No. Paradise post, you man. We never have nobody have cast light, a thief light. Yeah? And your water make the country did around. The road them never stay so better. So when I come out and I tell them lie, I say, who never born? Like you can't spread something better. Everything documented. And your people are taking for your liar now, you either. When you talk the bag of bullshit and people start dissect you and look for you, them look for you different. You have to be truthful at all times. Remember, what you say now, moving on. We are going to use it up. Remember, you know what I give a style when the police tell you, say, I better keep quiet. Anything you say and do, I shall use against you. And that me I do you. You know, realize that me I do you. Because him say some things, you know, when you match it up, 1 room, 2 room, it's not right. So right now, them a play a race card. Remember, you know, Queenie is a drunkard, you know, and for them around them. Them a play, me see a little dirty thinking, me not talk about rum. But say Queenie, them and the one of them, man. We might go, you know, rum and this and scratch. One of fucking idiot. Who needs a piece of shit. Remember what about you, you know. We are watching, you know. Continue. Them fool, you know. And you know what me like, though? Me like when them tell the lie because we can dissect it. So when them do it, I laugh when them continue to tell lie, you know. Because me have archive, that's why me have so much computers, man, and so much thing with me. Brother. When you come up and you tell 1 lie and 2 lie, you notice so I can draw them up quick. But you say, me alone in there, I can't do so much thing, and me I do it, man. But them way, man. See? Me no mind, because me expose you. I mean, I expose your party, because in the lie party. Remember, if you tell the truth, you know, people run away from you, you know. And when you tell a lie, remember, it has stay there. It's not going away. And remember, you can't take it back. You have a heart. Me, I tell you, when you're stupid. In a 2025, when I try to tell a lie and do the spin, you do something, then you try to spin it. I hear that in no sense. You don't have no sense. Anything come out of your mouth, and if it falls, it's going to use against you, brother. All right? Continue.
Building them. We can take every feeder road that is being cut for a farmer.
You hear him cut the farmer road them too, you know. You hear the school them where my bill. You hear the farmer road. He might tell you in a one speech. He might tell you about your still it documented and show you where my do. At the time when he made the speech. Because the Percal road, they might cut them in and give them land too, you know. Can't try and take them off of the mountain. When them up on the mountainside like a goat. And give them the land. land lease. Yeah? Yeah, when just remember play it back. So just listen to the words and what I tell you, and you hear what I do at the time. Hear this.
I went around Jamaica to you in your tens of thousands, in every parish of Jamaica, and I explained the economic crisis to you.
Yeah.
I told you the blow that this little country that had suffered so much before was being asked to endure again. And I remember we put the choice to you, and I, we talked about it together. And I said the choice was simple. We can either look at thousands of children and put them back out. We can take all the schools that are building and stop building them. We can take every feeder road that is being cut for a farmer and tell the farmer, cut. We said we can take the nutrition programs that are bringing food to thousands of mothers for the first time at last. I said we can stop it, we can cancel it, because world conditions have us in hard times. But I was proud of you, my comrades. In every meeting that I went to, in Port Antonio, Port Maria, Mandeville, Montego Bay, Tablama, Mapen, Santa Cruz, Black River, Spanish Town, all over Jamaica, you came back to your movement with one voice, and you said no.
Get up. Mr. Kalaman, come by his keys. I remember him did that central, so I'm going east. But the man get up and just do things like what Andrew and just think like seatbelt pan you and car seat and chat to you, brother. Him come to you in your district, in your town, in your city, all over the place, and him make. I'm one here where you are saying you have to play a part because of the people party. So him rule with a difference. Don't know Andrew them go around and disrespect people and them get who them want to get rid of. Yeah, and then who them can't get rid of, them carry belly and do all kind of things, sir. Yes. Yes. And then spend out propaganda upon them. Yeah? Me soon show you next thing when Andrew does too, with them propaganda thing. So him come and tell you, you notice him tell you about school. Him tell you about the kids, them much thousand of them in our school. So they don't have no time for a bus come. See? And could have put them on and school were a bill. You know, sir, I know Andrew build one school for 10 years. Not even one. He must show you jail cell. He must show you police car and thing on the one bag of bullshit. So you have to one that's the one on. Because them ever use when they use them, instead of sending them go to school and teach them a trade. You spend the most money on weapon of mass destruction and that you tell me. Can't get up, So them at all like murder, no, I know it alone. When you can't break in and robbery, it can be potential murder. When a man come rob him and mash up you and your family, put up on your face. See? Man come rob you and you have the one money in your place, or broke down your place and you can't get a start, or you get back a start. And that double up and triple up. That means like police, because police, they depend on top of things, then robbery that gone down, to crime that everything that gone down. Them not depend on top of things, don't make them trick you. You can just come and just block a place and get 5 million, go block place and just get, and you're gone. And that means you rob more, you come out with gun and rob more. That means you just don't want to shoot nobody right now. But you take the money. You show them say you have the capabilities to do what you do. So them are talking about bullshit. Bullshit. Say, all right. And we ask him what him do. You want to go each up on police and I show bike and car. You fucking idiot. Go show 2 schools. Go show them. Yes. You don't have no sense. Continue.
Turning back. No turning back. And you charge us to go another way. Which was to say, keep the children in their schools. Keep the baby milk moving to the mothers. Keep the houses building. and ask those that can pay more taxes to pay more. You said, let the nation sacrifice so that the majority may be saved. And I say, God bless you. Trust the masses every time. Trust the masses every time. And so we put on the taxes, not rudely, not in bad temper. We put them on with apology, with courtesy, with explanation. And every Jamaican that cares for this land more than for himself said, you are right, and said, right on. But the clique, oh no, oh no, there was a weeping and a wailing and a gnashing of teeth. Some of them are holler, some are ball. And the clique suddenly became like a collection of chichi bud. Because we went to them. We went to the private sector and we said,
people are telling you, tell us of them. And that them do the Andrew only, so you show down them silent because some of them forgot prison too, you know. My juggies. Some of them knows nasty, you know. Some of them have seen a leader. Them stiff hard. With the side of them, the eagle side of them. Who know them name, them sniff. Yeah, them knows nasty, man. White up all the time. See? Yes, messing up the country. Hear this.
In the face of this fantastic pressure, help us now out of love of country. And we said, produce now as you have never produced before. We said, produce now as you have never produced before. Because our nation is in a crisis that is not of Jamaica's making. And I say it for some, they have produced as never before. And I say, hail to those producers that have produced as never before. But there was another part, the clique, that even though we gave practical, realistic incentives, a whole package of incentives to show that it was more than rhetoric, that it was a real and concrete appeal to produce. They said no. They said the only way we will produce is if you stop talking of socialism. They said the only way we will produce is if you stop having a foreign policy. They said the only way we will produce is if you break your friendship with Cuba. They said the only way we will produce is if you stop meddling in Southern Africa. They said the only way we will produce is if you turn it all back. And when you deliver the people to us, again as we had them before, then we will produce. They go around Jamaica and they say to the people, if you abandon socialism, if you forget equality, if you forget justice, if you forget the struggle of the poor of the world, if you turn your...
And I just Jamaica alone, that hurt me, you know, when Andrew go and call this man, and I Jamaica alone, him see, fight for every country, you know, fight for poor people of the world. And I say, yes, you as a man, you, any man, when you have the mind, you know, on an international level for change, where you say I go on, even at the motherland, are the greatest thing. But Andrew them take their money and not throwing at the bus. Them and big dirty thinking, mama. Why you think my back to the one of them? Man didn't have there, sir. Man didn't have there for back to them. You know, you have we out here, sir. Keep it righteous, man. Yes? If I them alone, Andrew own this with them little idiot, hey, with them little liar self, you know, and patakat self, you know, come and tell lie on this man, you know. Say this man a dark day and mash up. When we knock him come out back and say, well, I'm Godfather, and one about name and all kind of things. Him to go away. You understand? Him to go away, man. Continue.
Eyes inward while our black brothers are killed and murdered in Soweto.
The white Jamaican. You hear when just a little while? Play it back. He set up for them and a Cuba fight for them. Figure free them. A manly too. Jamaica. A fight for them down in Africa. And it burn them. The white fascists them. Rush them. Man, they have a stand up for them. Yeah.
They said the only way we will produce
Listen to this.
is if you turn it all back.
It is.
And when you deliver the people to us, again as we had them before, then we will produce. They go around Jamaica and they say to the people, if you abandon socialism, if you forget equality,
big dirty thinking, right, you and your criminal. I want to see you face to face, you know, you come to it. Just come off of my platform, man, and come in, send you and just take secret to you, know. Come in and put none on you, the one on a criminal, you know. Don't come over here, you know. Yeah, shit, man. Go away, man. Yes.
If you forget justice, if you forget the struggle of the poor of the world, if you turn your eyes inward while our black brothers are killed and murdered in Soweto, if you make us feel that we, the clique, are in charge again, we will produce, we will open the money bags, and I say to them, the masses of Jamaica are not for sale. The masses of Jamaica are not for sale. Unstable. And I say Jamaica is at the point of decision now. We watch how certain sources abroad try to smash up our tourist trade by writing vicious articles about us. And we wonder whose hand is manipulating the strings. Here is nobody's hand. They tell me nobody does it. They tell me the whole thing happened by accident. I don't believe it. Because when I look inside Jamaica, there are people with a motive to turn us back. And some of the articles about Jamaica are procured from inside Jamaica. And when I look outside, there are those with a motive to put us in our place and teach us our manners and tell us who are we to believe that we can tell a bauxite company what taxation to pay. Who are we? Who are we to stand behind Cuba when she goes to the liberation of Angola by the defeat of the fascists and apartheid troops of South Africa? And they say, who are we? Poor little Jamaica, who are we to mix up in all that? Well, I will tell you who we are. We are Jamaicans, and we're little, we're shallower. And having told you who we are, I will tell you why. Because we know that for 300 years we have lived under that system. And all we got was slavery. And when we didn't get slavery, we got bad sugar prices. And when we weren't getting bad sugar prices, we were getting poverty.
I tell you what we get. Slavery and bad sugar prices.
To raise our children. We know what that system has meant for us. We know what the masses got when the bauxite buildings were being built in Jamaica. They got nothing. And we are not for sale. We are not for sale. And tell them anytime they are willing to deal with an honorable Jamaica based on principle, sovereignty, pride, and dignity, then
sovereignty, pride, and dignity. And, hey, I them kind of life I'm living now. You know, I'm not, no, you know, not, but you can't come with me in a business. You're who, you know. I don't care. So them man move simple, me a man that's so like move simply, you know, when you know, around here, you know, you notice it's simple because you know you have to talk back to your people them. Simple. But we not about, not about. Real man there, it's not about. You understand? Continue.
We will talk the investment of the money.
Yes.
But if we are to return to our knees, they can keep the money, we will find another way. And my friends, you're in for a tough time. But this year, for the first time, the Jamaican people have learned the difference between suffering and struggle. Every worker knows, the workers that used to walk the picket line with me, that took the tear gas together, that were arrested together, that lay down and block the streets of Kingston together. When the conditions are bad, you suffer. And if sometimes you have to go and strike, you suffer even more. But you suffer for a cause. And when you suffer for a cause, that is not suffering, it is struggle. I want you to say that word with me. Struggle. 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 Every worker that has ever had to go hungry on a picket line knows what it is to struggle. And when he has won his strike, then the suffering is over and he enters a new pasture of joy and principle. And they're making us suffer now. But what they did not realize is that the masses would show the capacity to struggle. I tell you, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. God bless you. God bless you. No power can turn you back once you learn to struggle. When the time comes, we know where we are going. And we will remember then the basic schools that we built because we know where we are going. We will remember the daycare centers that we are building because we know where we are going. The National Youth Service that we have started because we know where we are going.
Them take and turn in heart like people are idiots. Just to go and call it a name, but we create what? We have it. We have it, youth service, and we have other things doing, you know, yes. Train what I did. I did the same thing them do, you know. But heart, this and that, them to go away. It does come with a package.
The pioneer corps that is launching because we know where we are going. Jamal and literacy and into the light for the masses because we know where we are going. And we are going that place. They believe. They believe. They believe. Bless their craven little hearts. They believe that we are going without the middle class, but they are wrong. Look about you. 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 comrades, there is now equal pay for equal work because we know where we are going.
Yes. Just this from out, man. Look on the thing that we put in, you know. This is 76. Remember, I'm coming in 72. 76 are 4 years. 4 years. This is it before the election. Right? You just listen to the thing them where I tell you, where my name out. The amount of thing with this man do. Me ask him to show me one. He's a piece of shit. He's a Alibaba, he's a chopper. Him and the 40 criminalites. Yeah? Just continue, listen.
We have a minimum wage law now because we know where we are going. We have compulsory recognition of trade unions now because we know where we are going. We have real protection for workers now because we have a family court for mothers now because there is status for children now because we're having worker participation in the industry now because
worker participation in the industry. I tell you something about man, them do the whole of this and put in everything. We never have them gang, yeah. See, I got them get up some gang through CIA, man. I'll show you what them do. Hold on, let me play this finish.
And community councils now because and rent.
You know what? Community council. Go look up what community council used to do. We have the elders, we have community counseling. Community where you can go and you go, yes. Same community council. Yes, see I already with danmanship. You might be under Dan.
Tribunals now because and community health aids now because
community help aid. The man know when that do.
And national housing trust now because and sites and services housing now because and rollback of rent now because sugar workers housing now because the school feeding program now because
you hear this? Food feeding program. Yeah? Well, one miss there. Let me look for a miss. I'm gonna tell you to stop. Una big mama, una big dirty and stink and slimy. Just stop come over here, man. And stop sending up your wheels them over here, man. Sure. Continue. Food feeding program.
Nutrition for pregnant women now because
pregnant, you see, how much baby are dead now? Go looking at man the time. Remember, I know we never have so much thing. Technology not coming in that way, but yes, still we never have so much dead baby mother and them thing there. Come on the watch. You see the difference? Continue.
Old age pensions by the 30,000 now because
old age pension. Yeah, ma, him carrying out Andrew, I tell you, old age member, we have 75. Most of people them not even live for 75 or backside. Tricky man treat them in over, you know. Eh? Continue.
Rural electrification now because
rural electrification. Yeah, who do it? Mr. Bush to run out. Rural electrification. Hey, tell them to go away. That one, yeah, man. Yes, street. I'm at a fact, let me just do something where some people can't stop that picture there. Hold on there. Stop the picture right now. Make them snap it. Me do it like this. So anybody them that's free don't stop it. But you send it to you still, yeah? Yeah, man. Alright. Continue.
Be the road for farmers now because
you hear the road them for farmer though. Purical road for farmer, no. Them purical road but them cut. Them farm road there, I am do it to man. And I'm more check I am do them man. I hear him talk. So enough of the things that I am do, it is there. It's there. And yeah, this is a white Jamaican. So when I talk about Marky G, about white man, the uno, I remember when I the worst. If you ever skin, I remember big dirty thinking, Chuck and Nancy Chang, them are Chinese, you know. Just hear them name, them the name brown and black and them name Chong and Chang. Chuck and Chong. Them are Chinese, them forget deep. Big nasty Darrell Vaz and him wife are white people, them in half America. Just look upon them. I flush that long time, man. I flush the germs long time. That get flushed long time, man. Yes. I flush that long time, man. Yeah. Yeah, everyone. I flush see the garbage and flush. You want me to tell them to go back over Big Mama them, man, and stop sending them and flush it. See? When you look through him, the man that have Israel around him have Drunko jacket. Macho Samu, there's a British. He's a white British. Look on him. Look on them here, them and the black people. The red vibes on the black man. They're in bad America. Listen. Him say like us share shouldn't there, none at all. Darrell shouldn't even in that. None at all. Him can't get up like him thing in half America. Yeah, and him wife and a black man in either. Yes. You know what say? Just look on that here and look on that thing. Don't make them chicken up. Them are white people, them are shit. They are shits. You understand? Them are not but shits. Tell me, I tell you this. Continue that.
Better farm prices now because microdams built by our Cuban friends now because project land lease now because sugar workers cooperatives now because bauxite lands return to Jamaica now because
you must see him put in. Eh? You hear this?
The bauxite levy now because the International Bauxite Association now because majority ownership in bauxite companies now because the joint ventures with Mexico now because the national shipping line now for the first time at last because
we have a national shipping line that God will never know so we have national shipping line. The man set up the place. Seaga Destroyed. No people never know so we have national shipping line.
A third world foreign policy now, that trade union of the poor because
third world foreign policy, trade union of the poor. Eh? Watch out.
We know where we are going. We are creating a new man. We have begun the building of socialist man. We are working towards the day when there will be no more masters and no more servants, but only one together in the Lord.
We reject something like this. When you know, work on that man like him your master, that the man a fight. Like what we are fight now. Like what Andrew them want to be on a master and then going to 5 grand and going to some little things. Eh? Them don't know what am I going to. And then sit down then and put out some little piece of shit. I put out propaganda. It's not right, brother. Truth comes straight. Facts take on us up. Yeah? You understand? And then you have some little idiot people now through them feel guilty. You know, PMP and jail pay the same. Oh! Don't tell nobody this. Yeah, look here.
And we are learning now to go not upon our knees, but as true, sovereign, human, dignified human beings, because we know where we are going. Be disciplined, be worthy, in the name of every child in every hovel, anywhere in Jamaica or in the world, in the name of every black man working out his days in the indignity of his servitude in southern Africa, in the name of every mother whose heart is an agony as she gazes upon her baby and asks, what is there for you, my little one? In the name of every Jamaican who cares for justice, in the name of every youth who has died, in the name of Sam Shah, in the name of Paul Bogle, in the name of George William Gordon, in the name of Marcus Garvey, in the name of Norman Manley, in the name of every victim that ever lived, in the name of every martyr that ever died, we will not fail, we shall overcome.
Jano. Eh? So, Amania, him said this, and then the one of them have 5 hours. Remember, in a big power, superpower fight him. Like when him fight in a country with Seaga. Seaga, but say, your man there say, my dad and them thing there. No. Seaga. But we'll put in this. What's this?
In the 1970s, a tiny Caribbean island stunned the world. Not by war, not by gold, but by picking a side, one that risked everything. That island was Jamaica, and the side, communist Cuba. At the height of the Cold War, when most of the world was choosing between Washington and Moscow, Jamaica didn't just shake hands with Fidel Castro, it embraced him. While other Caribbean nations tiptoed carefully between the world's superpowers, Prime Minister Micheal Manley took bold steps that left even his allies confused and his enemies furious. In 1975, Fidel Castro landed in Kingston, not in secret, not with guns, but to cheers, parades, and a hero's welcome. Thousands gathered at National Heroes Park, waving flags and singing. Some cried, others stared in disbelief. A Cuban leader openly celebrated in the heart of a country once loyal to Britain. Why did Manley, the son of a national hero, welcome a revolutionary leader into Jamaica with such open arms? The answer starts with a nation in crisis and a dream of something bigger. Micheal Manley came to power in 1972, promising change, deep change. He saw poverty not as a fact of life, but as something to fight. He talked about justice, fairness, and giving the poor a chance. His plan? Democratic socialism, a middle road, one that kept democracy but promised economic equality. But as Manley tried to lift up the poor, the rich began to panic. Business leaders saw high...
Yeah, who get panic, people? Because the pure soldier, nobody get up, you know.
Higher taxes. Foreign investors saw risks, and Washington saw red. Still, Manley didn't back down. He doubled down. He reached out to countries that shared his ideals, and among them, Cuba stood out. Castro had defied the United States, built schools and hospitals, and offered medical aid across the region.
Yeah.
Manley admired that. He
Even a big country call a man, say man this and man that, but only thing that man do is export nurses and doctors and build school and hospital in your country. That man that want your country for better. He no give arms, he no give helicopter warplane and nothing. Build schools and build a hospital. Doing the most important thing them for all of any country. Because a healthy nation, the wealthy nation, educated nation, the wealthy nation. And the man adapt him export around the world. Whether Africa and everything, him adapt that them do. You understand? Continue.
Wanted Jamaican children to read, Jamaican mothers to survive childbirth, and Jamaican workers to have rights.
Okay.
In Cuba, he saw a partner who believed in people before profit.
Yes.
And Cuba, they saw in Manley a rare friend in a hostile sea. The connection was electric. Cuba sent doctors, engineers, and teachers to help build Jamaica's future.
And you know, said Seaga stand up and say, talk about the pageant. I'm going to show that video there. When Manley do put in the orbit of Cuba and be like kind of thing for indoctrinate to people. When I them Cuba come and build, you know. Continue.
One project stood out. The Jose Marti Technical School, built with Cuban aid and named...
Abraham Toure is a Michael Manley, not the other way around. He's a young Manley. Not the other way around, man. Not a Jamaica first Abraham Toure. No! We have it wrong. We have that wrong. Yeah. Yes. Abraham Toure is a young Manley at a Manley Heights. Yes. The other way around, man. Yeah? Yes, man.
After Cuba's national hero. This wasn't just a school. It was a symbol, a message. Jamaica wasn't looking only to the west. It was building its own path. And Cuba was walking beside it. But not everyone clapped. The United States grew nervous, then angry. Washington saw Jamaica as drifting into the Soviet orbit. The CIA, which had already tried to crush revolutions in Latin America, now turned its gaze to Kingston. Reports of covert interference began to rise. Guns started to flow into the country. Political violence soared. The 1976 election, meant to be about ideas, turned into a bloodbath. Nearly 200 Jamaicans were killed in political clashes that year alone. Still, Manley stood firm. In a fiery speech at a PNP rally, he declared, "We are not for sale." The crowd roared, but behind the scenes, things were falling apart. Tourism dropped, the economy staggered, middle-class professionals fled. The media branded him a dictator in disguise. Rumors swirled that Cuba was sending weapons, not just doctors. Some believed Manley was turning Jamaica into Little Havana. Meanwhile, the Cold War was heating up, and the United States wasn't playing nice. The US wasn't just watching, they were intervening. Declassified documents now confirm that the CIA was involved in destabilizing Jamaica during Manley's time. There were attempts to influence the media, to fund the opposition, to control the narrative. The US feared another Cuba in the Caribbean, and they were willing to do almost anything to stop it. And they did. By 1980, violence reached horrifying levels. Gangs tied to both political parties unleashed terror on communities. People died in the streets, and the hope that once burned so brightly under Manley's leadership started to flicker. In the October 1980 general election, the people voted, and they voted for change. The Jamaica Labour Party was swept into power, promising stability and a reset. One of the first things the JLP government did in 1980, it realigned Jamaica with the West and cut ties with Cuba. But here's the thing. The relationship between Jamaica and Cuba in the 1970s wasn't just about politics. It was about vision. Manley wasn't trying to make Jamaica a copy of Cuba. He was trying to say, we can be more. We can stand tall without begging. We can dream our own dream. Now, more than 40 years later, the question still lingers. Did we lose something when we walked away? Now let's hit you with 4 powerful facts that rarely make it into textbooks. Bonus fact 1. The Jose Marti School, built with Cuban assistance, became one of Jamaica's largest technical high schools, empowering generations with real-life job skills, even after ties with Cuba were cut. Bonus fact 2. Cuba continued to offer scholarships to Jamaican students even after the JLP government broke diplomatic ties. Bonus fact 3. In 1980, Fidel Castro said publicly that he would never interfere with Jamaica's democracy.
You see, these are the things that people are doing now. And them come out with them one bag of foolishness. And then them put in a Gaia. The Gaia, hear me? Yeah, the Gaia. I'm going to play this with man there.
Of December 1924. He was a Jamaican politician who served as the 4th Prime Minister of Jamaica from 1972 to 1980, and from 1989 to 1992. Manley championed a democratic socialist program and has been described as a populist. Early life. Michael Manley was the second son of Premier Norman Washington Manley and artist Edna Manley. He studied at Jamaica College between 1935 and 1943. He attended the Antigua State College and then served in the Royal Canadian Air Force during World War II. In 1945, he enrolled at the London School of Economics. At the LSE, he was influenced by Fabian socialism and the writings of Harold Lasky. He graduated in 1949 and returned to Jamaica to serve as an editor and columnist for the newspaper Public Opinion. At about the same time, he became involved in the trade union movement, becoming a negotiator for the National Workers' Union. In August 1953, he became a full-time official of that union. Keep watching as we dive in deeper. Entry into politics. When his father was elected Premier of Jamaica in 1955, Manley resisted entering politics, not wanting to be seen as capitalizing on his family name. However, in 1962, he accepted an appointment to the Senate of the Parliament of Jamaica. He won election to the Jamaican House of Representatives for the Central Kingston constituency in 1967. After his father's retirement in 1969, Manley was elected leader of the People's National Party, defeating Vivian Blake. He then served as leader of the opposition until his party won in the general elections of 1972. First Premiership, 1972 to 1980. In the 1972 Jamaican general election, Manley defeated the unpopular incumbent Prime Minister Hugh Shearer of the Jamaica Labour Party as his People's National Party swept to a landslide victory with 37 of 53 seats. An anti-capitalist, Manley was an advocate of building a socialist system in Jamaica. This reflected the ideology of his own People's National Party, with one study noting that, with its firm commitment to a socialist path, the party explicitly rejected both communism and capitalism. Manley had long harbored an opposition to communism, largely because its totalitarian tenets contradicted his deep respect for democracy. In the 1972 elections, Manley made it clear to the people that I am opposed to communism, passionately. Domestic reforms. Manley instituted a series of socio-economic reforms that produced mixed results. Although he was a Jamaican from an elite family, Manley's successful trade union background helped him to maintain a close relationship with the country's poor majority, and he was a dynamic, popular leader under Manley. Jamaica established a minimum wage for all workers, including domestic workers. In 1974, Manley proposed free education, from primary school to university. The introduction of universally free secondary education was a major step in removing the institutional barriers to private sector and preferred government jobs that required secondary diplomas. The PNP government in 1974 also formed the Jamaica Movement for the Advancement of Literacy, JAMAL, which administered adult education programs with the goal of involving 100,000 adults a year. Land reform expanded under his administration. Historically, land tenure in Jamaica has been rather inequitable. Project Land Lease, introduced in 1973, attempted an integrated rural development approach, providing tens of thousands of small farmers with land, technical advice, inputs such as fertilizers, and access to credit. The minimum voting age was lowered to 18 years, while equal pay for women was introduced. Maternity leave was also introduced, while the government outlawed the stigma of illegitimacy. The Masters and Servants Act was abolished, and a Labor Relations and Industrial Disputes Act provided workers and their trade unions with enhanced rights. The National Housing Trust was established, providing the means for most employed people to own their own homes, and greatly stimulated housing construction, with more than 40,000 houses built between 1974 and 1980. Subsidized meals, transportation, and uniforms for school children from disadvantaged backgrounds were introduced, together with free education at primary, secondary, and tertiary levels. Special employment programs were also launched, together with programs designed to combat illiteracy. Increases in pensions and poor relief were carried out, along with a reform of local government taxation, an increase in youth training, an expansion of daycare centers,
Increase in youth training, let them check about that.
and an upgrading of hospitals. Manley was the
All right.
First Jamaican Prime Minister to support Jamaican republicanism, the replacement of the constitutional monarchy with a republic.
Yeah.
In 1975, his government established a commission into constitutional reform, which recommended that Jamaica become a republic. In July 1977, after a march to commemorate the Morant Bay Rebellion, Manley announced that Jamaica would become a republic by 1981. This did not occur, however. In the 1980 Jamaican general election, Seaga became Prime Minister after JLP won 51 of the 60 seats. Leader of the opposition, 1980 to 1989. As leader of the opposition, Manley became an outspoken critic of the new Conservative administration. In 1980, Manley gave a series of public lectures at Columbia University in New York. Seaga was defeated in the 1989 elections. The PNP won 45 seats to the JLP's 15. Second premiership, 1989 to 1992. By 1989, some right-wing critics had begun to assert that Manley had softened his socialist rhetoric, explicitly advocating a role for private enterprise. Manley's second term focused on liberalizing Jamaica's economy, with the pursuit of a program that stood in marked contrast to the more social democratic economic policies pursued by Manley's first government. Various measures were, however, undertaken to cushion the negative effects of austerity and structural adjustment. A social support program was introduced to provide welfare assistance for poor Jamaicans. In addition, the program focused on creating direct employment, training, and credit for much of the population. The government also announced a 50% increase in the amount of nutritional assistance for the most vulnerable groups, including
Increase the nutritional thing.
Pregnant women, nursing mothers, and children. A small number of community councils were also created.
So create back some of the community councils. See, I go remove them. Very, very good for a year, you know. Community council, you know. Yes.
In addition, a limited land reform program was carried out that leased
a limited land reform program. Because I have it big time in the 70s.
And sold land to small farmers, and land plots were granted to hundreds of farmers. The government had an admirable record in housing provision, while measures were also taken to protect consumers from illegal and unfair business practices. In 1992, citing health reasons, Manley stepped down as Prime Minister and PNP leader. His former Deputy Prime Minister, P.J. Patterson, assumed both offices.
All right, so I'm going to show you something now. So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you 1, 2, 3, and I'll show you Seaga now. This is a Seaga role. This is about Seaga back in there, so all the man lie and wicked. When you see the thing that my man billion, here what Seaga say about Monday or so. Yeah. A propaganda like Andrew understand. Same thing the GLP them are use.
More so to believe our view than the opposite view contended. That Manley's ultimate aim is to take Jamaica into the Cuban orbit and to transform the society into a Cuban-type society. They have, in fact, implemented many of the types of institutions that are necessary for the transformation.
What sort of thing?
Training programs. We have, for instance, some 1,000 Jamaican youths.
Let me stop him, you know. So yeah, the man said, them implement them, you know, and you can't show me one. Training program. Listen to the training program, some man they carry now. This piece of shit when I'm supposed to be a prime minister, much as JLP go put in power money. But kill off for people them. Here I'm lying wicked. Come show me one of the training program where that train and indoctrinate peasants in Jamaica. Hear this. Hear this man lie.
Many of the types of institutions that are necessary for the
Tell me which one of the institutions a man the bill to do this way, I say. Hear this.
transformation.
What sort of thing?
Training programs. We have, for instance, some 1,000 Jamaican youths that have now been trained in Cuba under a program that has come to be known as the Brigadista program.
Lie.
Because the purpose of the program is to set up Marxist-Leninist brigades to return to Jamaica to indoctrinate the peasant people and the working class people.
The relationship with Cuba.
A lie. So that was a lie. To indoctrinate the peasant people. Yeah, and him set up the one of them. Him said set up. Show me one. Where matter the hospital, the school, where matter about? I don't know. Where matter about? The road them are cut and all kind of thing. This was total lie. Yeah? Look on this.
Arises partly because Cuba is our closest neighbor, partly because Jamaica has always had a friendship that is traditional, really. With Cuba, it goes back into the 19th century. We find that we both share a deep commitment to the liberation process. We take a similar view of, we took a similar view of Nicaragua. We take a similar view of South Africa. We took a similar view of Ian Smith.
Do you take a similar view of America?
No, I don't think we take a similar view of America. I think they have, of course, a very unusual and painful experience.
Do you think that your support of Dr. Castro and a certain number of his causes, that having Cubans...
Yes, man, that's in call them. That's in call people, man. Peasant. In that man, as you know.
Yeah, has helped to antagonize the United States towards Jamaica?
Well, first of all, I've never supported Dr. Castro and his causes. I've discovered points where we have similar causes. We share causes. I don't support his causes, nor he mine for that matter. But that the relationship has contributed to and been the cause of strain with the United States, of that there's no question. It's a matter of principle.
Why did you do it? I mean...
Because it is a matter of principle. Because to me it is an absolute matter of principle, and it isn't negotiable, and it will never be, no matter what price is paid. It is not negotiable for me to believe that a small country has to determine its policy by reference to what some powerful neighbor feels.
Comrades, all I can say, the international community has been run by the big powers for hundreds of years, and where are we? Where are we?
Upsetting Jamaica's powerful neighbor seems to have been a Manley speciality. When he came to power in 1972, he moved into head-on conflict with the interests of American big business. Bauxite is big business. It's the raw material from which aluminium is made. It's only found in a handful of countries, and Jamaica has 2 billion tons of it. Before Manley came to power, the entire Jamaican bauxite industry was controlled by 6 North American companies. The country's greatest natural asset belonged to someone else. The Jamaicans received only a pittance in royalties, about $40 million a year. After they were elected, Manley's government began to negotiate with the bauxite companies, and after fierce resistance began to buy into the industry, mainly by compulsory purchase. 2 years later, Jamaica was paying for a 51% controlling interest, and her revenue from bauxite had gone up to $200 million a year.
That agreement creates a new and, we believe, historic partnership between the company and Jamaica.
He also formed the International Bauxite Association, a producers' cartel similar to OPEC in the oil industry. It was to ensure that poor countries got the maximum revenue from one of their few natural resources. But more significantly, it was the first time that Manley, using his socialist principles, went into action against American huge corporations and won.
Just remember that wherever imperialism works, the people must unite to defeat it.
In the eyes of some Americans, Manley had also threatened the security of the United States. Aluminium is used to build warplanes and rockets, and control of bauxite now lies outside America.
So no lie outside because man they take it back as a country. And you spread propaganda, tell us say man do this and turn this. The man not believe in them full up the place with Chinese now, Andrew Wallace them. He not believe in a communism. See? And not believe in the capitalistic thing where You just capture everything for yourself and you leave out the poor and needy. And you pick up the rich and greedy, it will stop. Me believe that will stop too. Right? It will stop. See? So this about Seaga. This about Seaga come about president. Show me one building, one institution where him say Manley bill. Remember the man, remember play that's the front part. Remember the man said bill, you know.
More so to believe our view than the opposite view contended. That Manley's ultimate aim is to take Jamaica into the Cuban orbit and to transform the society into a Cuban-type society. They have, in fact, implemented many of the types of institutions that are necessary for the transformation.
For the people, when you show me one of the institutions where the labor right, them come say him as American should even sit on a top to it. Yes? Man, they implement all of the institutions. The institution, we matter the Jamal, we matter the school, them free education, go university, we matter the hospital, the daycare center. When that talk? GC Foster College, one of them play. When that talk? NHT? Because him say implement, listen here. Him say him do it already, you know, but we don't see no person want to do it.
More so to believe our view than the opposite view contended. That Manley's ultimate aim is to take Jamaica into the Cuban orbit and to transform the society into a Cuban-type society. They have, in fact, implemented many of the types of institutions that are necessary for the transformation.
What sort of thing?
Training programs. We have, for instance, some 1,000 Jamaican youths that have now been trained in Cuba under a program that has come to be known as the Brigadista program.
It is.
Because the purpose of the program is to set up Marxist-Leninist brigades to return to Jamaica to indoctrinate the peasant people.
So look at what people them they done some fool now. We have thousands of Cuban inside of Jamaica where we work and build the school them and do everything. Gavin Massey, the one that school them, them a build school them and do everything. Road them do everything. So if we have thousands of them in Jamaica already, why would I send 1,000? Go to Cuba, different language barrier. So we go get training to come indoctrinate. And we have people where I work with we thousands of them in Jamaica when they are talking bullshit. But you have people follow this. And I know can't show me one institution, the labor right them. These are the propaganda that man they tell about with them spreading up. So if man they might talk about indoctrinate and Marxist, he might talk about communists. Marxist him say, you know, communists is him talking, you know. Yeah? Marxist, Leninist brigade. Yeah? He might talk about communism. But yet still, man didn't turn one government and put him out and lock him up. Then they run election with him and everything. This was total lie. The man shouldn't even debate in Jamaica, this piece of shit. See, let me show you in this structure. This is one in this structure. And look here. Watch this. Them Judas seize power. This is what him do. People, look on this. In a May the 20th, 1980, 153 women, many destitute with physical disability, were burned to death in a massive fire which destroyed the Eventide home. Yeah? Look on this. People, you saw that big? With you see the doorway, them have different doorway. Every door and window black. Them couldn't escape. You have so much bed. You have 100 and that mean 100 bed. And you tell, look on different step. None of them step them couldn't come out, people. Them fried them. Yeah? I'm gonna show you who kill it. See how them, you know? See how them. And them look nastiness around them. See that? Look on this, man. Again, Paul, look on the place. Eh? Look there, man. Well, Well, that guy can't lie this thing, you know, so we hold him there, so, you know, look on this. It's sinful, you know. 153 our elder people, them burn it down. See that? Yeah? Look on this. You understand? Look on this, man. So when am I bury them there? Look on this, man. Oh God, man, look here. Oh, you for vote for JLP? I don't know who them can trick. See that, look on the date, see that? Because the 20th, them do it on like 6 days, you have to bury them. See them there? Victim. Right? And when it's done, I'm going to play a little part of this. I'm going to go to a little part. I just want to go to the little part. When the CIA, them I tell you, say them, you know. Remember that show by Marley too, you know? Before, you know? To seize power. But man, they are communists, right? You see them a journal, man, CIA. Look here. CIA. Yeah.
Lewis Wolf and his journalistic publications. Who is Lewis and what has he been doing over the years, and why is the government so outraged by him?
Well, his background is it's thoroughly legitimate, standard, if you will, journalism. He was assigned for a couple of years in Manchester, writing for a couple of prominent news organizations.
Manchester, England?
Yes, Manchester, England. And eventually made his way through London back to the United States, where he gravitated to a scrutiny of the CIA and the intelligence community, watching the revelations of the Church Committee, information that he had come across in his research, some of which he had published as part of news stories previously, other parts of which he was not permitted to publish by the nature of the press establishment. And so he put together with Bill Schaap and Ellen Ray the Covert Action Information Bulletin, whose function was to focus on the intelligence organizations of the United States and discuss and expose in a perfectly legitimate way the covert action activities of the CIA principally, as well as the other intelligence organizations. I believe they formed that in about 1976 and have been in Washington since.
At 76, them touch, so, you know, two cancer come in 75, 76, and then fight not to get 200 and dead, and then come back wicked up. See? Yes? But you notice how them give you the right point and everything, and them still come release some of that thing. Them do this documentary from 1982. And so we never have them kind of platform and forget the things them and what have you. And you remember them, I put up everything, you know. You gotta get them after, you know. See? Yes. Watch this.
Publishing stories of true stories. Their quality, their standards of journalism are exceedingly high. That bulletin is distributed in the State Department, and it's sold out the first morning that it's put on the stands in the State Department newsstands. They also publish in that bulletin the names of CIA agents and where they are now, as they're assigned and reassigned about the world. I believe that in very recent months they have ceased the policy of publishing names because the controversy is so hot, and they would just as soon. And also, it's never been their intention to break the law. They've made that clear from the outset. Bill Schaap is the brother. He is a highly competent attorney and is the brother of a top sportscaster in New York City. He is a very articulate man himself and has testified to the Senate many times against the names of Agents Bill, for example, and defending what he and Lou Wolf are doing. And after his testimony, many times senators have come up and shaken his hand and said, I disagree with you, but you certainly make your case for the legitimacy of what you're doing very well.
Let's take a look at some of the things which Lewis Wolf had to say, and we'll let you comment ever so often on this, okay? What, in the years that you've been publishing it, do you think are some of your most significant revelations? Are there some stories that even shocked you?
Well, I think one of the big stories that we were able to document in some detail was the whole scope of CIA activities similar to what the CIA did in Chile, and which was documented by the Senate Select Committee, was the whole covert action program in Jamaica in between 1976 and 1980.
Yeah.
And we did a great deal of research into that, and we discovered in many ways a very similar program, almost a classic model that was followed along the lines of what they did in Chile, including three major categories: military, paramilitary activity, the use of propaganda in the media, and the third one, which was economic warfare, using the...
Yeah, and the same thing them do to Jamaica. Paramilitary are the gunman them we see how use anti-Valley and them place there. Yes. Yeah.
multilateral organizations, the International Monetary Fund and others, to withhold loans which had been promised to the Jamaican government. This is one example.
What are a couple more of the details of that? You mentioned those first two examples of actual paramilitary activity the CIA was involved in Jamaica.
There was a fire, for example, that took place in Jamaica of an old people's home. I think 150 old and infirmed women, many of them blind, were living in this home. And as it turned out, the place burned down in the space of about 8 minutes, 7 or 8 minutes. It was discovered that the phone wires had been cut and that the exits had all been blocked. Even those who could see their way out could not get out. That the means by which the fire was set was the use of a petroleum jelly, which was unavailable in Jamaica. This was one indication, among others, that there was outside help. Why would the CIA, you might ask, why would the CIA want to murder 150 old women? It was because it was an effort, part of a very large-scale effort to discredit the government in Jamaica, which was at the time headed by Michael Manley, the Prime Minister. There were images produced of Michael Manley in the media, in the Daily Gleaner, which was the newspaper which the United States, through the CIA, helped to support. And there is a good deal of evidence of that. There were images of Michael Manley showing a death mask. I mean, it was his face which had been somehow made to look like a death mask, although it was pretending to be a photograph of him. And there were many ways to try and discredit him. This is very, very similar, in fact, to what the CIA did to try and discredit Salvador Allende in Chile. If you remember, Richard Nixon instructed the CIA in a meeting which was in 1970 in the White House, and there was a document in the Senate report which is reprinted, and he said, "Make the economy scream." Those were his words. And that's, of course, what the CIA proceeded to do in Chile, and that's what they also did in Jamaica.
They also furnished a lot of munitions and assistance to the terrorist squads that were going around killing people in the cities.
Yes, I didn't get a terrorist squad. Now I'll show you the terrorist squad.
Also in the countryside in Jamaica as well.
That's correct.
Well, John, you had a trip down to Jamaica, and you saw a lot of these things about Jamaica with your own eyes, right?
Yes, indeed. A very moving, a very interesting trip to me to see a target country at a time in the height of a CIA operation when I was completely outside. So there's no way that I could see the problem that journalists have always had when the U.S. government was targeting on a country in a situation, trying to destabilize it, overthrow or manipulate the elections or whatever, of trying to figure out what's going on when you don't have access to all of the flow of cables and the discussions in National Security Council meetings and whatnot for the planning. I observed that from published information, the CIA station there was quite large for that size of a country. It was huge, in fact. It was bigger than any station I knew of in Africa, although Jamaica was a fairly small island with 2 million people. That's typical of when the CIA has got a big operation going in a place, they beef up the station and beef up the offices back stateside. The tone and flow of articles in the Gleaner was, of course, as Lou says, definitely a chapter out of Chile or a chapter out of the Angolan operation. Every indication of a massive CI operation going to destabilize the government, to make the economy scream. And in that case, I would say that probably someone got promoted for that one, probably several people.
Because Manley was run out of office.
Because it worked.
By a legitimate
without a scandal, without an assassination, without the things that have caused the CIA so much grief. Manley, a champion of social democracy, of giving the people a piece of the pie, was thrown out of office, and an arch-capitalist was put in office. And again, there was minimal adverse publicity. Lew Wolf and the others were studying the situation and did publish about what was going on, but it was not published in the New York Times and the Washington Post, and the big television networks didn't do studies on it, primarily because even if the journalists of the big organs knew what was happening and might have wanted to, they really just, because of the secrecy, couldn't get the truth about what the United States was doing. One interesting thing was that the effectiveness of the liars in our government, you know, the duplicity. When we formed the CIA, we committed our leaders to having two policies, as Lew says, the rhetoric, the public statements, and the truth about what United States policy is. So an interesting measure of presidents is how effectively they lie. Interesting discussions that occur inside the CIA is about lying. Would you lie? You know, you're the DDO and you're going to testify to the Senate, and it's serious discussions. Are you going to lie? Because if you do, it's perjury, and there's a chance you could go to jail, and yet, you know, the organization expects you to lie. President Carter was one of the most effective liars I have ever watched on television and through the media. As a poker player, man, I would never go up against that man. He could look at that camera and say things that obviously he knew were completely and totally false. And I would study his expression, and I could detect nothing except occasionally a little wisp of a smile that wasn't consistent with what he was saying, like he thought it was funny. But one of his more classic
tick, actually.
Yeah, well, the smile that I was referring to wasn't that. It was just a kind of like he was repressing a grin, like he thought it was funny. How he rationalized these things, I don't know, but one of his most conspicuous lies was when he sat down with Manley just a few weeks before the elections in Washington and told him face to face that the CIA, don't have the CIA doing anything to destabilize you or your government. We have no such program going, when obviously he did. And he pulled it off to the point where even Manley was troubled. Very effective liar.
See that? See that? I hear him now. Yeah.
All of a sudden, everybody turned on.
This is what them taking and bringing in. Remember, you know, by 84, him get rid of the bus, them do all kind of things, him deep value the money. Him put the people. A matter of fact, when I look at New York Times, see Times, yeah? Yeah. See Times, yeah? Can me show you the time, you know? You can't dry it up. I do couple things with it, you know. I do couple things already with it. Now I'll show you, I'll show you the time. Where him dead and him lay off a bag of people, close down the hospital, close down the Seaga. Mash up the place. Destroy the place. Now let him line up himself and have hotel when him done, him have everything like Andrew. Andrew beat him. Andrew, them at times for people go to prison. Yeah, when I'm saying so, now show you the same set of people them what them use to destroy Jamaica. I remember them shoot Bad Marley, you know. Remember them shoot Bad Marley. Yeah.
All of a sudden, everybody turned on. You better learn that in any organization is only one gun going rule. And today I say to them, the door is open to retrieve your position. Take a candle, sing a Sankey, and find your way back home.
Even tell them I want done a rule. One. You understand? Him get rid of the man.
Jim Brown bankrolled Tivoli. Much of his wealth came from crack dealing in the United States. His gang, the Shower Posse, led the Jamaican...
You have a prime minister in a country, but the place where you govern this and say your base. It can run any amount of cocaine, any amount of thing, do anything where it wants. It's a state within a state. And them I tell me say them good. Come on now.
Make an assault on the US drugs market. Some of his riches came back to Tivoli and helped fund community projects.
Old people, they would come and hug him, kiss him. No, people love him off real because the person he is. Because the person he is. Always trying to help someone, say something to them. Word of encouragement, saying to the kids, talking to the kids, telling them that they must try to achieve a better tomorrow because, you know, they have to go to school and things. He's a principled person. He believes in a lot of principle.
Jim Brown came to Miami in 1984 to see what was going on with his Shower Posse and their drug dealing activities. And while he was here, in November that year, he walked into a house and executed 5 people. He walked around each one of them and shot them in the head with a .45. Jim Brown is a bad, bad man.
When he was arrested at the request of the Americans, he faced charges of murder, drug trafficking, extortion. From prison, he fought a legal battle against extradition. He lost the fight, but he never stood trial in an American court. It was said that too many powerful people would have been implicated if he had. Jim Brown was burned to death in his cell. Officially accident, more likely murder.
So we can just show them. Them can't. This at the hands when you try go around the hand. You know, so worries. After the war, our people them did out, so then we have this. Look on this. Look on this. That, and when them say show, you know, you have to watch them, you know. You have to watch them, you know. Look on this. Give an Mexico touch. Show us some leaders and what them do. No, me know another one more. Let me go. I don't want to show that one there. I want to show this. And this one I show. All right, this one I show. Look on this.
1984, 5 people are executed in a Miami crack house. One, a pregnant one, is found in a...
People.
In late 1984, 5 people are executed in a Miami crack house. One...
The 5 are Jimbo, I'm saying 1984.
A pregnant one is found in a praying position as if pleading for her life. Investigators charge this slaughter was the handiwork of Jamaican posses that killed 1,400 people around the nation during the 4-year investigation. Among arrests that began yesterday were 34 members of the Miami-based Shower Posse, so named because they rained bullets on their enemies.
These people are absolutely the most vicious organized crime group in the United States today.
We're getting some innocent people getting killed as a result of the existence of these organizations.
Federal, state, and local agencies in 21 cities around the nation are serving 435 warrants. The violations include murder, drug trafficking, and illegal weapons. 91 warrants in South Florida include 70 in Broward and fewer than 10 in Dade, while the Immigration Service is searching for 20 illegals imported from the slums of Jamaica where the violent posses originated. Authorities say the posses are so evasive, a multi-agency task force called Rum Punch 2 had to be formed.
To go out and arrest large numbers of people who have been escaping because of the lack of resources and manpower.
But more than half of those scheduled to be arrested are still at large. Among those, the head of the Shower Posse, Vivian Blake. If convicted, Blake faces 390 years in prison and a $15.5 million fine for his role in the Shower Posse.
The Shower Posse is the largest posse of some 40 that are presently active in the United States.
The 62-count shower posse indictment unsealed in Miami today shows just how organized and violent the Jamaican drug gangs can be. In fact, after arresting only a handful of those they were looking for in South Florida, authorities say they seem to have just packed up and left as they...
So now let me ask them something now. So this Seaga on. Charles the dead, here Charles that talk about them for go do call them lock me up because them are going with Anki Panky man Cougar. Man, they have put them up in a detention in 1976. Charles the dead. Cougar the dead. Queen E the dead. The one that don't Mike envy them dead. The older one them dead. Them dead. Them still a charge of treason. You have a headquarters. And it can run so much thing in there, and you are the MPUs are the on the damn day. And nobody knows say nothing. And then when people go typically here, no bad man no there. Allah them a tell, although you say everything, you have it, that you have to encourage them. But if you go back and look at what them say, no bad man, Allah them a tell. Adam said that 2000, say I go and give him a pathway out. Police are doing them job and opposition leader want to give a pathway out. I say, come with me. Me carry you out safely. No, the government, the police are doing them work. And them say they want to carry them out safely. Them not easy. ABI, Wagwan, Rose, you good? Yes, man. You understand? See? And now you want to compare. I mean, hear them now draw racist card. Remember, Val's a white man. A matter of fact, is a white big load of shit. Him and him wife, and Wood Val's. Pump Val's a white piece of shit. Half American too. See, I go show you the power money. That's a white piece of trash will destroy Jamaica. Yeah? Mark a Jamaican. So when one of them look a piece of shit like the one that I'm play now, yeah? And Busta him destroy Rasta. Matter of fact, when you see him never party when you shoot Mandy, when you want to assassinate Mandy when you shoot him, look here. Look what you do. Look where the gunman come from. Look who you shoot because of music. Yeah? Remember move this. Look here. Look who you shoot, brother. Look who you shoot near the kill because the man has sing rat race. And we see the thing where the man say, yo, them worry about him. And the part and the people, them and them need to assassinate him from down at Tivoli. Them use the youth, them. That's why from me thing when I start, I tell you, the politician believe us, we shouldn't want to blame, you know. So money and power and fame, when I find up the youth, them live and give them big gun and brainwash them brain. And them me a chat, you know. Them me a chat, man. Listen to the tune, man, them me a chat. Listen to the mention election, or them give the youth, them go and pay them much money for blood run, you know. Yes. And do all kind of things. And them me a chat, man. See? Shoot Bob Marley. To the man say rat race. But want to Google and look on the words about Marley. Some a bastard, say I got bastard. Hooligan and guinea gag in the rat race. And when the cats are weird, they might well play political violence in our city. And don't mix up Rasta in your say, because Rasta now work for no CIA, rat race. Them shoot him. Shoot him! And them love the fire too. Yes? Shoot him. Then up more than around 79 and think the man come and say, them fighting that are 76 true, rat race. He come back with one afternoon and say, ambush in the night. Them open fire on me. Who are them fighting for power? Yes. Yes. And them don't know the why, you know. And them try with them part, but them say, spare parts, guns and money, trying to belittle our integrity. Them say what we know is not what they teach us. And we are not ignorant, so them just can't stop us. Him tell you, you know, through political strategy, them keep us hungry, and when we try to get some food, we're better going to be our own enemy. Ambush in the night, all gun aiming at me. Ambush in the night, but protected by the Almighty. Look at the words. Who are. Them fighting for power. And them him attack. See them shoot him there. You can't get wicked than that. Greener was a part of the plot. Eh? No one, you know, all him do is go around and tell like this guy. Whenever work a damn life, you notice, me show you manly CV. Them never know he was a fighter pilot neither, you know. Them man the work, listen. Him father too. Him father fighting a World War One, you know. What's that gonna? Now man the fighting a World War One. Can't show you it. Yes. Busta, Busta leave Jamaica from 1905 at 21. When Uno tell lie, I try to rewrite something about the man named Busta, could teach him and adapt him. Uno want to me have the whole I think them right there. So Busta was a police in Cuba. And him sailed with Captain Manti. I take off him tea. Yes, yes. Sailed with Captain Manti. 7 seas. And keep on out there taking off his tea. Yes. See? And come back. Him name Clark. Him come back name Busta Manti. Nobody much other people there in Jamaica name Busta Manti, brother. Eh? So automatically the captain have him name. Look what him do to the rest of them. Look what him do to them. And selfish better than education to him. Eh? Look what him do to them. That is a white man too, you know. So not talk about Mark and not talk about white and white is a piece of shit. Member Pump was a white man and a woman. Just look on here and catch her down yourself. Which one of the black people they mess with them kind of white people they hear and everything. Look on her. Don't trick on yourself. Don't trick on stop tricking yourself. Yeah? Yeah? Look on Darrell, look on him here and everything. Just look on him. The white punks are half American. Don't trick on yourself. Stop tricking yourself. I'm being racist, not a thing. You think people are idiot? You can't look on a Jamaican. See, I'm gonna suppose the power money. Fling it back to them face. And Chong and Chuck, when them Crab and Chong. Remember them are Chinese. Them are shit. Drunko jacket, Macho Samu, that white boy. That piece of shit. Yes. Which a woman look around you. Missing enough for them. Boy, just look around you. I want to play race card. Look what I want to play race card. I'm a fool. I'm a fool, so. Seaga should never be a prime minister in Jamaica and ban America, ban Boston. Fucking idiots. Eh? The one of them, you understand? Them all over Israel down there. And I play race card. But a Jamaican. When a big dirty think himself. Big dirty thinking Queenie, Warmington, them buy slave. Me I look for my people, them in a slave, them come up with a fucking piece of name. That piece of shit. Warmington, them a slave master coming to Jamaica from 1820. In great grandpapa, innocent Catherine. Them come in, them want a bag of slave. Big dirty thinking Warmington them. So we trace the name them. We never say Golden. Can you say Golden, you'd have to talk about even Bruce Golden too. We never say the Golden them. With no slave, they never have no slave. But we see Warmington, them a slave master. Bend the slave, them can them get caught up in, you know. So you know, say them do a lot of raping. Yes. That's why Queenie, when them junking just walk and piece up everything when them see, you know. Yeah, you understand? Everything with knuckles. And exchange body free with that piece of shit. Yes. You understand? Everything with knuckles. And exchange body free with that same like Big Mama. Those are garbage. And then one come spread rumors and propaganda, you know, pan people same way. It not work. Not work. Andrew Won is a prison. You forgot you carry the IC guy in a court. You forgot away. And then hear this now. You remember, hey, remember when them call the boss them chichi boss, right? You remember, right? The boss them are coming in and they call them chichi boss. So how is it that you call the boss them chichi boss, brother? But no, I the same boss and I say boss after boss. Remember that's remind you, no, man. Remember remind you, no. See? Remember that's remind them. You them call the boss chichi boss. Remember put it up back. Because them have short-term memory, you know. Yes. Short-term memory. Right? Chichi boss. Let me look on the boss here. Hold on there. When you call the boss Chichi boss. Look on them boss. I want them for the same boss this when parties come in with them. Now them same boss here. We people introduced them in the 90s. Not them used to call chichi bus people. Eh? So if the red vans and the one of them pose up with the bus and I call it one bag of thing now. Bus after bus, you can't run from bus, you don't bring in bus, brother. You don't take out bus, man. Eh? Yeah, hey, them that goddamn disgrace. You call the bus them chichi bus. And now you live upon them and want to trick people like you carrying something. No. You use them, you have to replace them, brother. Go away. And it's nastiness. See? No, me see them carry. Remember tonight, you know, we keep with City Hall, you know, because I remember my Earth Strong, so you know. We not do, hey, me have to beat them every day, you know. Every day. We have to do fact checking with them. And me not mind when they come out, come tell lie. You don't know who me see them run to. They run for the blue whale. When they run for the blue whale, let me show you the blue whale. They run for the blue whale now. Watch out something when they even make no sense. But let's show me I saw. Let me show you Andrew talk about when them go higher who go low. Him now have nothing to tell the people after 2 terms, 10 years. You know what Andrew do? Go for that little piece of garbage. Where am there? Let me see if I can find him phone yeah. Go for that little piece of garbage and put past stage. And them again them teeth. Hey, on a fool, on a fart. On a fool. More play about a Kruger there too, you know. When name low, oh, okay. It name's D. Lawrence Low, right? Go for a piece of garbage. I don't know what I see over a plate. But I find it on plate right now. Say me they put it up some boy, yeah. Yeah? Me say me put it boy, yeah. What an answer when I sleep. Dirty thinking crap that, you know. All right. Look, hear this now. Hear that fool.
I see a little man who I don't know where I'm born.
Look, for you see this. Look on this. For you see that bug face piece of shit here. You know, Andrew Honest. So what this do? This will enhance your, no. I think it's a big man. This will enhance anything for you. You like the propaganda and the whole of the thing them, don't it? Eh? So what this do to you? This will make the same PMP them united more and vote you out a bigger landslide. Because you're a piece of shit. So this beneficial to you. Remember your aquarium full already, you know, Aquaman. Yeah, Aquaman already, you know. But me notice them like, me don't know. And them they like, remember last year when you do it with some little flip-floppers? Eh? And then they don't lie with this after when I said, yeah.
Came here and took some liberty with me.
Get this.
I talk about shenanigans and real man. Let me remind him I protected you politically and in business, saved you millions of dollars when some were now in Central St. Mary bled your company. And
you know, so all you protect the man about St. Mary bled your company. You can't protect what you do. You can't go swim and flap. I'm sure if you look at the thinking flu can't protect anybody. Hey, Andrew is confusing, brother. Hey, look where I'm carrying a chat one bag of bullshit. You think you can just find your little dirty thinking finna your flu can you protect somebody? Blood company, you protect them. Look where I'm carrying, look where them carrying. This is them desperation. This is germs front of me. Look here.
all I received was a text message and a report for work and protect my investment. I protected you politically when I had to fork out over $500,000 to sponsor your nomination and I had to wait.
Sponsor your nomination $500,000. You protect him politically with $500,000 piece of shit. I'm not going to talk about it. You fork out $500,000. What 500? You know what is $500,000, brother? Eh? What, 3 grand? Yeah, 3 grand. Yeah, 3 grand. And then protect Mark Walling politically. These are the garbage where them have attack. And then them asking them go and come and touch. Look here. When you have a sperm wheel like this, I chat them garbage, brother. You can protect somebody politically with $500 Jamaican thousand. Can't even buy grocery, you know. Look here.
Wait for months and up to now, I don't get my full reimbursement.
So, yeah, you know, you take 500 and you don't get full reimbursement for nomination. What kind of nomination you could have paid 500,000 for nominate? For nominate who? When get it, what is 500,000 Jamaican? And you protect him politically. These are the garbage Andrew corrupt and him not listening, you know. But you like mix up and like, what is to Andrew? You should have depend this a show where you do. I'm a tough you're not supposed to depend it neither, brother. Yeah? You forgot upon that and tell me about your started every declaration. And the reason why you step back is a piece of shit. This one have a style, you know, because you're garbage, you know. Look here. What is good for you, Andrew? You love propaganda too much, man. You can protect. Can you imagine? You have a man where you know said the man declare him asset of value much millions. And you are protect the man and you are protect with $500 Jamaican thousand. That makes sense. And then you don't get reimbursement. Like somebody borrow something from you and them have to reimburse you. He might talk about him oneself, you know. This is the next lie, you know. Nomination. You protect him 500,000. Protect him politically. That make any sense too, you know. And you love too much mix up. You know, different from Big Mama and Queenie, them man. Go, brother, this will help you. Look here.
How dare you? I have the email thread to prove it.
Yeah, there. I have the email. Here's a piece of shit. But you have email for approval 500 and them all. You see, me not tell you, hey, you never say about labor right yet, you know. Them dumps. Look here. And them a laugh. You go yourself. If you go listen to this piece of garbage attack. And by the way, you know it's a little church thing them pack up in now. And that's what them doing. Them are import crowd now. What them pay. I call them, you know, like where you do movie and where you call them. Them they are the ads, right? Them are import ads. If you go into their ads. So like them are coming with Andrew, then you see some people are push up and so them want, you know, when they put it up, it don't look nowhere. So them have to spend money hard now import. See, it's a little place, you know, one little place them in, you know, like a little church. Extras, man. For them ads, yes. See? So them are import and that them are do. I see them do it over Portland the other day, you know. So when they come out of a car, them go over there. I see bushwhack, then if I walk and if I video it, them I tell them over video. Boy, hey, them desperate, you know. Not real. When you look politics, them I make it up. Not real. Eh? Look here.
The shenanigans that I did to protect you and
you can protect him. Yeah. Him say him protect the man. Me pay 500,000. Oh, your business are going that. The man business are going that. You could have protect the man from film business going that. People from a blood money from send me away. The man run an international business. A banking business how I'm going. International. Oh, him are protect him. Look back. Then this with him fluke. See him fluke up there, you know. He could have protect anybody, man. Eh? A good thing him got just look time fierce. He said, trust me 21. This is how I said. And them are laughing, them are with them carry. This is one of the desperation in a piece of shit. That's why when they run around here, you know, them never know some man there. We're not moving about. I want to do arms just for hey, when if I go away, man, not shit. Yes, watch out.
the signatures that I had to sign allowed you to remain president.
Him sign signature. If you allow him, this piece of garbage, sign signature, allow him to remain president. Not willing to it. This piece of shit nowhere at all in the party, you know. But him sign signature, for allow Mark willing to be president. Him. But I have to sign and know you. That means I feel party. Eh? And them I laugh and feel good when them say, you saw them dumb and fool. Me not tell you, so they love propaganda and lies, man. Eh? Very dunce. So this piece of shit, you know, see him up there in an executive, but he must sign a signature and allow Mark Golding to be president. And he make them laugh. Instead of them show what them do and what them not do and them for go to prison. Show when them go to prison what them do for the first fucking day. Them carrying a with a fluke. A fucking big old dirty thinking sea creature. Eh? Come on now. Look here.
Of the PMP today.
Yes.
When the conference concluded and the resolution to allow the leader not to be challenged for 2 years was not passed, I moved a motion to reconvene conference. And
he reconvene a conference? He moved motion and reconvene conference? Conference at one time for the year. And he reconvene it, that means we must keep 2 conferences a year there. The conference, you know, the big one we have to keep up there, yes. And then reconvene conference, aim. Move motion. This piece of garbage. Ain't that make sense too, no? Reconvene conference. PMP conference. Eh? Big and done some food and watch them king them teeth.
You are now president today and you cannot be challenged until after general election. Me do that.
Him say him do that. Eh? This piece of garbage. Hey, come on from a block. Come on, move and go, man. Hey, me not like hey, them for go. Andrew Honest. This is how your thin skin, you're fool, you're stupid. This is how when I go about straw, and then what you put propaganda. Let me tell you this. You see, when you don't keep it every brother, and everybody know you're the lightest thing, and you continue doing this thing, make it worse for you. Me no like see Arms House. And who follow one of them dunce? So get away from front of me. You understand? Who follow then this a sperm whale. What this do to you? They do it last year with the gun one from up in August town, the female gun one there. We're involved in enough thing. Actually, when I come out, it flick and when I run, carry it and big mama. Wait there. See it lose it, see it there. Fucking idiot. Things that are window. We have this right there. When I have it like car matter now, I use it all over the place. Eh? Then when I have 2 more little garbage from down in the over there. Them they're garbage too. Turncoat, nobody no want turncoat, them can't go away. So when you have turncoat and them run out, that you want to see, you know. Look, now put it away. Because let me tell you this. I want thing me not do, you know. Let me tell you what me not do. Me. You see, you see flip-flopper. If you flip-flop over there, so you can't come here around here, say, you know. Come here, take if you're a flip-flopper. Come here for watch you. You never know. So what me I do with you over here, so? You go for your own, man. See? So with like when the turncoat them go over there, you know. Because real man that's no say them not supposed to the round there. So see? So when you have turncoat over here, so a bun labor writer, so when the dirty big dirty and stink, and you see them flip-flop down over there, so. Then you know, so them there was no real nothing at all. They may flip-flop anytime again, you know. And here I am, you know, I'm take them fast, you know. Yes. Yes, you fucking idiot, you. Yeah, me tell you, so they not no sense. Them not have no sense. And this piece of shit, a big mama dry tea, and think if it comes to have impact. That is not a fucking tall fruit, me say. I one of the longest fruit, this, different from Big Mama fluke. Look up the word fluke. Different from Big Mama and Queenie fluke. And next, I must say 3rd largest fluke this in your arsenal, Andrew. 3rd largest fluke. The fluke coming to see have it around 3 skyscraper building high. That fluke the high. I know Big Mama them around 10, you know. And Queenie 10, 12. You know? Yes. Skyscraper. High. See? I want to high to man around 3 skyscraper building. See? You see the dance of feeling, man. You see it, you know? Eh? And now they come out and do that one bag of bullshit. Now put it away. No way at all, brother. Then see the next one, you know. See the next one. Hey, later we'll come wash them up, you know. Can you remember we have a turn now later? See the next one, you know. So she use our brain. Hear this. Hear this. Hear that one, yeah.
PNP. It is unfortunate that the PNP president was already spoken about his ambition to govern Jamaica with Topanaris around him.
So people, you have out. I look one I know. I look one. I love the cool guy now. Love the little one them. Kiss both pan him mouth. All people listen. No, listen, my man. All that out harder. I talk about Topanaris. Let me tell you about Topanaris. Topanaris are leeching them. I know who mess them, who them around. Uno. And Andrew own this, and Adam Stewart and them. And them okay at Topanaris right now, yeah? Yes. So your mouth, your word where you say it no match the reality. So the Topanaris are the 5-4 guy. He must be the richest guy. I think Andrew them surpass him now. See? But at them from the PSOJ, at them me see uno have and over from Oland. Yeah. Yes. So Topanaris, where you say Mark Wolin and Topanaris, is an explain this way, it no make no sense. It no match the word where you say because we see uno and the Topanaris we see uno do. But them are that you saw them dumb. You saw them dumb. She used the word Topanaris. But we see with all the Topanaris, them are one step in a Jamaica neck. We see one with cats with them, you know. Cats with them at Topanaris. We see one in a SSL. So when they use the word Topanaris, we don't understand them people here. All them people that come out and use the word Topanaris. And just free it out like this. Eh? When them have the one of these people around them. So Darrell Vaz get SSL in that time I get the place as given. And I no do nothing to cause with them, you know. Not the father, not the son, you know. Not the daughter, nobody else for the dead, you know. See? When it's the Topanaris, I'm not spend some Topanaris dollars. Who know yourself to Topanaris to be on the rich. Me tell you, them take people for oh, they're fool so. When you use these words, but wait up and look right the surrounding ground, no. We not talk about this Topanaris, yeah? Who no can't treat nobody. Yes? Continue. Hear this. Hear the football bullshit what you talk.
Introduced class to the political platform and suggested that a strong and accomplished woman such as Dr. Charles is lacking. Dr. Charles invited Dr. Fenton Ferris.
You know, he must say Dr. Charles lacking. She a member of parliament. You lacking too, you's a piece of shit. She no more than lacking. She forget fired long time. She's a disaster. She's a piece of shit. Yeah. Yeah? You talk about himself lacking. So you come out, I raise things, you come out with it now. I mean, I tell you, so we have white leaders. She are going to suppose him there, but fucking him shouldn't even be a prime minister. Busta was, him and Seaga, and then I be a white people in them thing, and Chinese. Don't make them come here and talk about no racism, boy, I try Jamaican about this and that. Man, they come from up there and them saying they poor. No, Andrew man poor. Him and him wife, but upon him wife a build $800 million place. In the house, she sit down and do it, you know. And nobody question. And him now, the amount of company we see around nearly $500 million. $800 million and nearly $470 million, how much that? That a 1.2 billion that, you know. Yeah? You understand? Yeah? Can you imagine? And these people are use some word and when they put up this, me like when I put it up, can I use it again soon, you know? On the world, the file on the body, man. Yes. Yes. Continue.
Who is a former member of parliament for East St. Thomas, to the platform of the opening of the urban centre in St. Thomas. There was cordial interaction between both stakeholders in the parish. For Mr. Golding to suggest that Dr. Charles lacks class due to the interaction is very unfortunate.
You two stink! I said, my man, I tell me, send her outside that you want to finish here what she's saying now. You saw she enough in herself. You could have called up Dr. Fenton Ferguson and embarrass him like that. You don't have no class at all. You have class, you'd have you'd have a husband by this or something by your side. I just stay by, you know, as a widower. You ever said, and not a widow, you know, widower. Stay as a widower. Yes. See? But no! You have to be a Kruger and sit down and chat one bag of bullshit. Eh? Boy, you come take up. Una politician, anything like una can shield and that's something like una wear dress. And then man must enough a stink, una stink, you know. Stink, una stink. Without enough self. Eh? Yeah.
Gone are the days that people of Golden's ilk should arrogate unto themselves the power to decide who is deserving to be regarded as having.
Yeah, but you say I want to her. She deserving. Remember, you have gunman will get shot, so you not deserving none at all. You were, hey, remember, you know, gunman, look at, hey, go outside the piece of fucking shit. Let me show you something. Eh, racism, she want to draw, you know, this piece of shit. We not allow her to do this in Jamaica, none of them. Remember, she not have no class about her, you know. Look at, Babsy. Hey, me have the thing them on here, look at. Look at your screen. She not supposed to come chat to nobody. Hey, what me just say? Me say go outside.
This is the gleaner. This is the gleaner, right? I'm like check back the thing, you know.
Look on this.
Casually clad in green crochet blouse and green striped pants to match. Jamaica Labour Party member of Parliament Olivia Babsy Green seemed far away from last week's ideal when bullet, rain and vehicle in which she was travelling. Mrs. Green's bodyguard and one other gang members, one of whom was top member, were caught in a blaze of bullets less than 5 minutes after a peace meeting last week. Another car was also shot up, while 2 other vehicles in the convoy, one of which was carrying the head of the civic group. Yeah?
So if you are convoy, you carry one other than side of you. And go and start bringing away the in-dead side of you. One other than. Yeah, member of Parliament. Appear them thing and them play. And you must see it. She lacking to, you know, more than lacking. She shouldn't even be a member of Parliament. Oh, she be a fucking member of Parliament, much as she be a minister. Jamaica too slack a be a criminal will have a running government right now. We have to get rid of them. Them to go away. Them need to go away. No go that. Look at. Let me show you boy you talk about locking on this. You can't tell nobody about no locking. Look at. Now I'll show you something right again. Yes? This is what she do all the while. Get shut up. We could look on the next one with her. Yeah? Buy a car. Look at. Look for the next one. That's a one, you know. Look again.
And they asked the 2005 incident. I was not found.
At 16th of July, 04. Yeah? Look here.
800 rounds seized of slain man, one other leader apartment.
Look
July
here.
16th, 04.
Oliver Buba Smith.
The police yesterday reported a seizure of more than 800 rounds of ammunition at the upper St. Andrew apartment of Oliver Buba Smith, the slain reputed leader of the one other gang.
All right, so
that
people, that can be a coincidental. You in a car, a man get dead. You a member of Parliament, a one other done. A month run off again, where you look at next man, know them kill him. And you and him have carrying a name together with 800 rounds. And you not going to prison. And you see man talk about lacking. Like you're somebody, you know nobody. You're not supposed to in a politics. Jamaica too slack. Look at
the apartment was rented in a fictitious name used by him. No weapon was found on the ammunition, but the police are still searching the premises, said Acting Commissioner of Police Lucius Thomas. Late yesterday evening, Smith was shot and killed by a gunman on Monday night along Festival Road off Whitehall Avenue in St. Andrew. The police have since seized the Honda Civic motor car that Smith was driving at the time of his death. Preliminary investigation have revealed that the registered owners with an S, we can see it, owners of the car were Central St. Catherine Member of Parliament Olivia Babsy Grange Anjo Bonman Hope. Yeah, what the people.
So one dead night car, you open at the cemetery and bury it. And then the next one, and then you there running and talk her about Micheal. Micheal father. Remember, she know nothing about her. She would take her name off of the land them up at St. Thomas. Remember the child, them know nothing about them. Them lacking. You lacking too. When if we stop put out things, we have them upon uno. Well, hey, it's like a 9-day one, and then you for respect them. Me can't respect them, yeah. Me cannot. Them are not supposed to in a politics. That's why the place mash up, so. You buy a car and I say, oh, me stand as surety. That is bullshit. Stand surety different from when you have car, the word car title and everything in your name. That is giant owner. Yes? I know better than that, and police to charge and lock up. Police don't talk and then let you go. And then you come up now like a don't come back in name and on no ferry. Don't do it. Them for go away, man. Them is a goddamn disgrace. Don't do it. You understand? So when you hear these people, I tell you, you can't just pick them out, you know. And then, yeah, them not supposed to even be MP. I don't know why the people them just sit down and because they handout and vote for them. Eh? You understand? If the nation, let me tell you this, if the nation is dedicated, like why Sir Mandy, remember in Boston, I want nobody bright. So I'm not do this. When Sir Mandy moved to that, yeah, he never ever buy a bag of helicopter and a bag of this and them thing there. He spend it in education and make sure educate and make sure your health stand up and everything stand up with that. Yes. Because the healthy nation is a wealthy nation. Educated nation is a wealthy nation. So put it not in a them place, them terms there, for make it get up and stand up. So if you're sick, you can get through, you can know you survive, and then straight to university free. You know how far we are reach by this? We only start on a doctor and a nurse right now. You see Cuba, although Cuba get a fight, only thing me see in a real life, Cuba export doctors and nurses worldwide. See them go there and try to stop that there. I reach to every country. Remember no weapon them again, you know, them try to save your life more than some other country drop big bomb and take life. When Ukraine get things, them get weapon in Russia drop weapon in alive, people them are killed straight out there, you know, at dead every day. Cuba now send doctors to save life, not to take life. Doctors and nurses. So over the decades and decades of movies which Cuba save life, brothers and sisters. Not what somebody say on something but me listen. But me watch for the real action. And me watch what them do over the years. Down in our place, school, hospital, daycare, roads, that, yes. And then they have wait name Michael Dam and all these kind of things, yes. See? Healthy things. For uplift the nation. Healthy things. Oh, we have a fight against that. Oh. Eh? No, see, we don't have no hospital. I have something I forgot about, but I do it 7 o'clock because, you know, I have to do it 7 o'clock. It's unbelievable. Them are unbelievable. Yes? And then them are the people that want to come tell me about bullshit. It will not work. Can't work, will not work. Yeah? And you only is a landslide. So I always see you go around and you come with about $1 billion now. You come with something when nobody not asks. In a pandemic, when them need it, you take with 200,000 and 700,000. That's for sure, so you're going to buy a vote. You take the people, them like, you know, you just can't use them. You know, respect them. PMP show for respect people. Man, they say for work equal and shoulder to shoulder, not to give them 5 grand and 10 grand and give them something now what they want because you want them vote and the next 5 years you fuck them over. It's wrong. We not pretty up nothing wrong here, you know. Eh? When we look on the 4 white leaders, we see what the PMP them do. Them change the whole landscape. Jamaican. One and non-Jamaican. Non-Jamaican can't go tell, oh, if this so much, if it's not a Jamaican, in born America cannot be in the born of the Commonwealth. If in the born of the Commonwealth, won't even say nothing. Because remember, you know, big dirty thinking, dark power father-in-law, white man were born in England, you know. But the reason why I'm not saying nothing because he's born in the Commonwealth. He's born in England. But remember a white man too, you know. Big dirty thinking dog for father like. Remember you're a white man too, you know. When you're up here talk about a bullshit, because I don't know who not talk to, you know. Yes. That are the one for the Senate. A white man. And you still talk racism. Me can't even understand this. See? Italian a white man too. Like my father-in-law. But see, when I preach racism like people like that. You understand? You can't do that. When I eat that. And then you start choose rum talk. Queenie, you know, when him drunk all the while. Him drink rum like fish. When you do, I contribute that to some alcohol. You eat that? On a big nasty piece of shit, you know. Eh? Only if you take on a course and think over people like people in our mouth. Remember, our mouth not set like Mr. Pum's mouth. You know? Our mouth not set like Mr. Pum's. So you there? You know, tell him so our mouth not set like yours, brother. Eh? You Mr. Pum's? Let's look for your mouth, Mr. Pum's. Our mouth not set like your mouth.
Anyway, me there. My name Killer Vaz. So we're going to run some 45 now and do the thing.
One more to set like Mr. Pum's now. So, hear this. So, it's coming like a phone mouth alone cut cross. One more to set like Mr. Pum's mouth. So, a fact check on it. Yes. Look at Mr. Pum's mouth.
No. Anyway, me there. My name Killer Vaz. So we're going to run some 45 now and do the thing. Anyway, me there. My name. Anyway, me there. Anyway, me there. My name Killer Vaz. So we're going to run some 45 now and do the thing. Anyway, me there. Anyway, me there.
You see that, Mr. Pum's?
So we're going to run. Anyway, me there.
Oh.
My name Killer Vaz. Anyway, me there. My name Killer Vaz. Anyway, me there. My name Killer Vaz. Anyway, me there. My name Killer Vaz.
Anyway, I'm them name Killer Vaz. So, but for a moment, not set like Mr. Pum's. So we have to cover it, but we more, you know, set like a split. For cover him out. Yes? Yes. So I'm telling you this, we run out with a racism thing, we're there for the you know. And you, Kruger, you're lacking. You're lacking even more than Micheal Charles. A gunman, a top tier criminal we see in your vehicle. Dead side of you open number 5 and bury. We see the next one dead. You and him have the car. And then you come with one bag of foolishness. Remember we one vehicle too, you know. So you can't go tell about you stand surety and a certain work. You chat bullshit. And you still use a man, a member of parliament, and use a minister. I run Jamaica. And Andrew Wallace, what about down to Trouble Zion? I'm a prime minister. And Dr. Crab in a WikiLeaks. With smuggling and everything. And him a what? Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security and Lollipop Jar from the mix up them about Bush. Him a what? Him a think the minister and we can name all and all. Terry Long tongue amongst Patrick Bailey. But Junior dead in a feed them house. Him a minister too. That bothering. And we can continue, you know. Colonel Charles, Junior, Micheal Charles, I feel them put off the land them up St. Thomas attack one bag of bullshit. And them depend it too, you know, from 1994. And them in a ministerial job too. Instead of my MP. And then the one we don't so, Cratchy. He did a 1,400 acre land. And then he was minister to another. Hey, when you're sick, but be able to self here, man. Later, I worries, boy, you know. Later, I worries. Maybe just talk about because I remember we have a thing that later in a city or later here. All right. You know, I worries, boy. I have something for sure, but me not bother. Yeah, can't you me I'll show it later. Me there. So people, when they run out with racism, just remind them the wickedest set a white man, white leader around here at the JLP them. I remember them have Chinese and one of them and a black man. And the black one, them evil. Yeah, evil. Like Kruger and Onus himself and you can continue. Them evil. See? President Charles, I broke them back foot. Yeah? Me don't talk. Later. I'm out.
Some we are beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in on them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We in lump some we are beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in on them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We alone some rise up the bomb and
when people like the government of a country, it's the servants protect the people of that country, not to put them life in misery. You understand me, Luciano? Over there, man.
Government, stop pressuring the poor.
Oppression.
Politicians, your judgment coming for so. It's a government in your regiment. Stop pressuring the poor.
We can't take it no more.
Politicians, your judgment coming for so.
Yo, politician with the evilest mission, who no we blame. True money and power and fame.